Hola, he sido ustedes en el canal de Loki and Jabroni Show. He said, no, get the fuck out of here. No, guys, look, it's Loki trying to keep this shit as real as possible. We warned you guys. We came out with an episode to tell you guys how to become less of a snowflake. You didn't listen. So now we're back to show you exactly how to deal with this wussification one more time. I hope you listen this time because this is it. So sit back, plug in, and man the fuck up.
Welcome, everybody, to the Loki and Jabroni Show, live in your face, Tuesday night, as it always is. My name is Jabroni. The gentleman to my immediate right is...
Loki, as always. You can find me on Twitter at Portugal Viking.
Oh, you see how you're doing that now? You're learning how to pay the bills. I'm at Seaburns19. The man in the box, as always, is our man Red Fox, or as he's known on the street,
Eddie Focus.
Yes.
The
How is
focused
everybody
one.
doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
We all survived Winter Storm Ferris Bueller. That was good. And
We got another one coming up tomorrow.
yeah, I know. Isn't that about a bitch? First day of fucking spring, and we got a fucking snowstorm.
I hear actually, like Easter, there's going to be another one.
You got to be
That's even
shitting
better.
me.
That's what they're saying.
You've got to be shitting me. No more snow. Stop. Just stop.
Go home, Winter.
Right?
You are drunk.
I said it last
So
week
we
in a
have
tweet. March is drunk.
Deliciousness in front of us.
Yes, Ed, what's on your mind?
Well, I have contributed to today's libations. This is the Wachusett Wally Extra Juicy IPA.
We show that beautifulness after the fact.
This
We'll
color.
just tap pinkies right here because this is what it's all about.
I had pinkies out because
Oh
we're
my
first
God.
located.
Amazing.
Now I had
Man.
the regular Wally at Longhorn. It was pretty good.
It's like somebody took like orange soda and mixed it with your favorite IPA.
With a tinge of apricot. I'm getting apricot in this.
Yeah, actually,
Really
you're
freaking
right.
good.
You're right. That's really.
Not,
freaking
I
good.
know Jabroni's not a fan, but Wachusett has never let me down. I am a fan of the blueberry.
That's the only one I'm not a fan of.
It's his kryptonite.
I
It
like
is.
the Green Monster. The
Green Monster's
Green
good.
Monster.
Monster
The
with an
Monster.
H.
The Monster is fucking
Are you
spectacular.
or are you not a knock?
See,
I'm a
I didn't
knack.
like the Monster. Obviously, I don't like IPAs. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
it's super IPA.
I don't
That
like
is-
IPAs.
That is a monster.
I don't like IPAs, and I like this. So
And for those of you at home listening, when is the first time that Loki had the Monster?
Was that at Sal's in Boston?
No, actually, remember it was.
they
Was
gotta
that the
serve.
secret six-pack gimmick that we did?
No,
They gotta serve that at
no.
Fenway.
Remember Six Flags?
Yes, you did the beer gimmick. Yes.
yes, and that's where I had. That's as a matter of fact, that's where I started falling in love with IPAs. Actually,
I do want to remind you that you did tell me I will never drink that swill.
Yeah, no,
Here you
I
are.
told you that. I
It's
told
like
you
your
that
bar
day when
mitzvah.
I called you up. I was like, here I am, fucking taking down these, and this is what they gave you too. Essentially, for like one
Little
ticket,
tasty cup.
one ticket, you could get one of these, or three
Good.
tickets
Good.
for a full fucker.
I'll take my
Which-
one ticket
right,
and get
exactly.
these all fucking day
All
long.
fucking day, dude, because you don't realize how much more you get when you do this.
You know, I'm gonna
fucking-
take it.
There's only one thing about this I don't like: the fact that it's $14.99 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, that's shitty balls.
But wait,
right
you
there.
pay for quality sometimes, and this is, I gotta tell you, this is quality.
No, this
stuff.
is
They
scrumptious.
they do give you tall cans, so it kind of evens out a little
This
bit.
is
and
this is fucking this is Treehouse fucking Brewery out of fucking Massachusetts scrumptious right here.
Yeah.
This is Alter Ego scrumptious. This is
Ooh,
this
good
is,
call on the alter ego.
Yeah, this is scrumptious. This is like it's funny because Stone came out with a delicious IPA and it's not really delicious. Like, this is delicious. Like,
yeah, this is fantastic.
That's like every IPA for me.
this is like
this is scrumptious,
this
man.
is like
This
breakfast in a beer.
Yeah, exactly. This is
This is
scrumptious.
like Rudy
This
Tooty
is
Fresh and
scrumptious.
Fruity from wherever the
And-
freaking chain is.
Speaking of
Read
which,
that
real
can
quick.
real quick. Read that can real quick. It doesn't fuck around either. That's like 7% alcohol and everything.
yeah.
So
Right
it,
there on the side,
It is hazy,
it's-
extra juicy New England IPA. I love that I say New England IPAs because New England truly is the only place that has specifics in IPAs.
Yeah.
There's an American IPA, or as we call it, an APA. There's the Indian Pale Ale, which is your basic one. And now you have what they call the juicy IPAs, the juice IPAs. Where
We've tried some of the other juiced IPAs. This one kills it. Amazing.
This is fantastic.
Can't get enough.
I was actually, before I saw the Stone Tangerine in my hand,
Mm-hmm.
and it might be here next week. Out of respect for C&J Speedway Review,
Yep.
right there at the Norwich Discount Liquor Store.
I know it well.
Right. There is a
Don't
22
laugh.
ounce
That's
bottle.
not funny.
It is called Victory Stout.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's one bottle left. Like I said, I'm probably gonna grab it. It's a stout. That's the reason why I tossed the stout, and grabbed the IPA. But it did catch my glimpse, so I'm probably gonna grab it next week.
Well, all right.
Because I saw the Berkshire and I wanted to try that Berkshire. I've been wanting to try that Berkshire for a while.
Nice.
So I picked up a Berkshire IPA and then I picked up a Stone Tangerine IPA.
I'm looking forward to that, but this might make everything else taste
This is
like
scrumptious.
fucking Miller Lite from here on out. I don't know. And nothing against Miller Lite. It is my go-to. It is my racing beer. It is my
then
pounding
he left
beer.
her. Yeah,
There's some left. Look at how we do that here. Lynch already says IPA all the way, so he knows of what he speaks. So
Well, it's like I said, going through around at Six Flags, it was a no brainer, man. I was sitting there downing my typicals, and I'm on Superman. And I'm like, this is fun. And then I started drinking some IPAs, and I went back to Superman. And I was like, this is amazing.
right, IPA makes everything better. Unless of course you identify as a woman who loves Kanye West, and therefore you don't. Did I share too much?
It's all downhill.
I'm just fucking with you.
It's
You
over.
know that.
It's fucking over.
Then it's
from there.
over. We had a little bit.
Leave Kanye alone.
I knew that was coming. Do we have anything on our minds? Because then I'll pay the bills and we'll get right into it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I just want to throw out my quick little 2 cents here. Getting a lot of flack for the Vikings signing Kirk Cousins.
Why?
It's funny, and it's funny that a lot of people throwing up their 2 cents worth. Well, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents. Okay, real quick for you. Where did Teddy Bridgewater go?
New York Jets.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what they're paying Teddy Bridgewater?
I'm not sure. I didn't see the numbers.
Somewhere in the sum of like $18 million.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, $18 million.
Injury Boy's getting $18 million,
$18 million
and
a year.
Atlanta fan is bitching that Matt Ryan makes a ton of money and he's actually made a Super Bowl and won an MVP. I'm sorry. Come again?
Wait. Case Keenum.
I quit.
Case Keenum, where'd he go?
Denver.
Denver. You know what he's getting?
$8.09.
$23 million a year.
What? An Atlanta fan, you're bitching that Matt Ryan's making a lot of money. He's already been the MVP and gone to a Super Bowl. Fuck.
Wait. It gets
Here
better.
we go.
Bradford. You know where he went?
No, I do not.
Arizona Cardinals.
How much are they paying him?
They are giving him and the backup that we sent with him
Oh, God.
$27 million.
An Atlanta fan, you're bitching that Matt Ryan's making all that money. He's won an MVP and gone to a Super Bowl. You're all fucking high.
You're all high.
You wait.
Dude,
In 6 weeks, I got a surprise for you, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the
We
bag yet. But
summed it
Atlanta fan,
down.
you're going to be pissed
We
when you
summed
see
it
what I
down.
got for
we
you.
summed it down. He is making in the sum of $28 million a year. And we still have
Can everybody see me right now?
$8
Really?
million.
Are you fucking serious?
we have I think it's $8 million left to go and a couple little things that we have to do here and there.
Sign a kicker.
But yeah, I agree. But other than that, dude, look, he's got solid numbers. He has solid numbers. Look at his numbers, man.
Mhm.
Over 4,000 yards every year for 4 years straight now.
Yeah.
3 years straight now, dude. With a receiving core that is pathetic, you throw him in with Diggs. You throw him in with fucking Thielen, my man, more than a Thielen. Even Rudolph, I only play every other game, fucking follow in the footsteps of our man from fucking wrestling, Mr. Brock Lesnar himself. That's you have a shot, man. You have a shot. You know.
Speaking of wrestling,
Oh, here it comes. He's gonna take my point. Oh God, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm already pissed. I'm already pissed, and I know what he's gonna say. Fuck you, Ed. Fuck you. Go.
You sound better in my mic.
I do. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to have one of those. By the way, guys, you hear how clean this guy sounds? New microphone, and he went to Amazon.com or whatever.
Turn yours up a tweak.
Mine?
Yeah.
Or his?
No,
No,
yours.
yours.
Mine? All right. I'm good.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm good now.
Now you are.
Drowned out of...
We'll talk about I'm good now in just a few minutes. Go ahead, because I know what you're going to say, and I'm going to get pissed and fucking quit the show.
I was going to say yesterday, near my house at the Pizza Pizzazz.
Oh, that wrestling gimmick. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You're
Yesterday at the
You're
Pizza
good
Pizzazz,
now.
Maria Menounos went to visit her aunt and uncle who own
I
Pizza
saw
Pizzazz.
that video. Yeah, I saw that video.
Eating a big old steak and cheese in her mouth. Oh.
Was that not sexy as fuck?
She was on her way to do Regis and Kathy Lee in New York, apparently. Stopped by to visit them. She was minutes.
Actually, it's
walking distance from my house.
Kelly
I
and
missed
Ryan now, so get your gimmick
Well,
straight.
there you go. I mean,
Whatever. Fucking,
Yeah,
it'll
that's-
always be Regis to me.
I'll give it to you. And Kathy Lee's
But-
on the Today Show.
She stops in there randomly all the time, and sometimes she actually answers the phone. So if you like calling Pizza Pizzazz, and someone, if she may be answering the phone, asking what you want and taking your order.
Wouldn't that be badass?
That's what happens.
No,
Like,
no shit.
they
Wow.
They told me that she
Now,
comes
don't
to
you
visit.
don't
she starts
you
working.
live up that way?
I'm literally walking distance.
Fucking
from
schmooze them. Walk in. Tell them who you wear the
Ah,
shirt.
right.
By the
No.
way, if you want a beautiful shirt like Eddie Focus has got on right now, you can go to cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni and buy all
Go
your
down. There we go.
fantastic t-shirts, long sleeves, baby onesies, bumper stickers, coffee mugs. The only thing we don't have right now is shot glasses, but they can happen. Go ahead with your
I'm
story.
waiting on the perfect design.
Okay.
No, but like I think I told the story before. I went there one time to get a sliced pizza, and because they sell by the slice there. If
Mhm,
you ever been
yeah.
there. If you're ever in there, and I think they have one in Plainfield.
Yes.
Pizza's really good.
Oh,
And
yeah, they're
they had a
fantastic.
cardboard cutout of her, and I'm waiting for my order, and I'm staring at the
Are you
cardboard.
fapping while you're waiting for your pizza?
I'm kind of staring at the cardboard cutout with
You
with a
answer-
hungry look in my face. Let's
Answer
put
the
it that way.
question.
I wasn't fapping.
Thank
but,
God.
But they're real Greeks, so I wouldn't want to piss them off.
That's a good point.
So I'm staring at the cardboard cutout with hunger in my eyes, and and the wife, the owner, she goes, you like her, don't you? Thick Greek accent. You like her, don't you? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen her on TV and stuff, and in a couple movies. And she goes, that's my niece.
Bing. Yeah.
Instant chub.
Isn't it crazy?
If you go and on YouTube, if you look up Pizza Pizzazz on YouTube, there's actually a video where they some food channel there goes there and talk to him, and they explain that she comes down there, answers the phone sometimes, and tries to work.
No shit.
It's her aunt and uncle.
That's
It's their
crazy.
family.
That's
But
really
it's fun-
good.
You know what's funny? It's a testament to like families like from Greece
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Italy
No,
and stuff.
that's a
It
testament
really,
to family
really,
in general.
Yeah, really
Exactly.
Because
tight-knit.
if you got a family that's tight, that took care of you, that loved you like that, you will, no matter who you are, where you're from, if you are in the area, you will do exactly what she does, and that's just step right up.
Sure,
and take
absolutely.
Over, man.
Absolutely. I'll say it. If I went down to Florida to do a show with us or just to go down to fucking Disney or even visit Pitbull, I'd go see my family. That's the way I am. When my family comes up, they don't always exactly visit me, but that's another tale for another time. We all know the story. Anyway, you brought up wrestling. Let me tell you what's on my mind. This was going to be my fucking rant last week, and it's my fucking rant this week. You guys are all familiar with the WWE Hall of Fame every year before WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah.
And they've had some big names, and they've had some controversial names that I didn't think would get in, like Jeff Jarrett's going in the Hall of Fame. Fantastic.
You're not talking about Big Chocolate, are you?
No. If Mark Henry's going in,
Yeah.
fantastic. Good for him. He should. I'm
There's-
talking
there's
about...
Something
others.
tells me Loki disagrees.
There's others that
There
I
are
feel.
others that should go in. And in a post earlier today, somebody was arguing with me. Yeah, bad fucking move, first of all, because I owned you on every fucking point, and I invited you to this show, and you said no, bitch. Rick Rude, it took forever to get in. Owen Hart is still not in, and I understand why, because there's still the problem with his wife and all that gimmick.
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
Hillbilly fucking Jim is going in the... Look, see? You see his face? Hillbilly fucking Jim
Don't go messing
is
with country
going
boy,
in the Hall of
country
Fame.
boy.
Hillbilly
Don't go
fucking
messing
Jim,
with a
who had a
country boy.
career that was like 18 seconds long as a main eventer. He did jobs for everybody. His claim to fame is saving a midget from getting an elbow dropped on him by King Kong Bundy at WrestleMania 3. And he's going in the Hall of fucking Fame. Guys, I know a lot of you guys are baseball fans. You're a baseball fan. And not so much. But if Steve Balboni went into the Hall of Fame, I'd be hot. You know why? Because he wasn't that fucking good. And now, the wrestling equivalent
That'd
of
be like
Steve
throwing Johnny Damon in the Hall of Fame.
Johnny Damon is a little bit, okay, he's like 6 steps higher than Steve Balboni.
Yeah, but he's like 5 steps below a Hall of Famer.
Next
Sure.
year, you're going to tell me that Uncle Elmer doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
You want me to, does he really want me to do this?
Almost Bugs Bunny doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
Bugs Bunny does not belong in the WWE Hall of Fame. Neither does Hillbilly fucking Jim. Hashtag
I disagree.
HFJ.
Don't go messing with country
I disagree.
boy.
If you were a
Country boy.
animated character in Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, you belong in the Hall of Fame.
You ain't
Wrong.
messing with a country boy. This is what
Wrong.
happened to you.
Everybody else in that show had a Hall of Fame career.
Bit
You know who
of
didn't?
big
Hillbilly
choo-choo, bit
fucking
choo-choo.
What are you
Jim.
talking- Hillbilly Jim and Junkyard Dog were a tag team, weren't they?
Yeah, they
They
were.
rivaled with King Kong
For a
Bundy
while
and
there.
Stud.
For a while there.
That was a big thing.
For a week. Maybe 3. Maybe 9. I don't know. Hillbilly Jim did not have the Junkyard Dog's career or Nikolai Volkov's career. Hell,
No, but you know
I
he
bitched
had,
a couple
he had
years-
a gimmick.
the Red Rooster had a gimmick.
You know
Why
what,
isn't
though?
he in the
A
Hall of
gimmick
Fame?
that's still used today by
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
of very popular wrestlers.
Fuck yeah.
I think it's
Hell, Bray Wyatt. As creepy
Bray
as he
Wyatt's
is,
talented as fuck.
still the hillbilly fucking
And he's
path,
a
though.
headliner.
Still
Without-
using that hillbilly
Without
path,
Hillbilly Jim, there's no Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
What do you think about
Horseshit.
him going
Hacksaw
to
Jim
the
Duggan
IRS?
was Hacksaw before that, way back when.
Where?
Mid-South, NWA, Texas. I can make a list, but we only got so many minutes to do this. Fuck Hillbilly Jim. Fuck.
I know a lot more people that deserve to be in there.
We made a
agree.
list some
I
years
agree.
ago.
Yeah.
I still think Coco Beware should be taken out of the fucking Hall of Fame.
Oh, I agree. But that's already. Yeah, come on. He was useless.
You gotta be shitting
I liked
me.
him.
Dude, he was like a wet fart with white yoga pants, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he was a machine.
He was a good worker,
The
but
Coke-
he's not
No,
Hall of
no.
Fame.
No, literally, he was one of the machines.
Oh yeah, with Coco Machine, with the
and,
mask and the gimmick and.
and he was a killer bee once. And,
Yes, he was.
He wore the mask during the
Yeah.
match.
I remember
And
that.
he even tried to switch places with one of them.
How do you mistake Coco Beware, Black as
That,
Night,
they played into that, though. It was
Oh, they
awesome.
did.
from the
They did.
whitest motherfucker on earth, Jim Brunzell?
The referee stopped. It was like, am I allowed to break this up or something?
All right, I'm just gonna stop my rant now and just say Hillbilly Jim does not belong in the Hall of
No, I
Fame.
think we all agree. I think we.
You sound like Jesse Ventura too. Like, what's Coco Beware doing in there? He ain't a bee. And Vince McMahon's like, he is a bee. He's a beware.
Fuck Hillbilly Jim, seriously.
I like him.
All right, real quick, let's pay the bills because I know we got a lot to talk about with this Wussification of America gimmick. First things first, 2 weeks from today, April 3rd, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. We go hot at 6:30, 7 o'clock on the phone. Jimmy Wisman from Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder. We are looking so forward to it. I was just texting Jimmy earlier today. He's excited. I'm trying to get him to mention it on Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder. By the way, guys, 650,000 downloads a week for those guys. That's pretty fucking amazing. Unless these guys have any objections, I think we found our fundraiser for April 2018, and it's going to go on until October, but our fundraising part only goes in the month of April. We try to do it every year. I will be announcing that on Friday on the Facebook page, and maybe I can get Eddie to do it on the website. We don't know. I see Corey Huffnagel is on, so let's mention the C&J Speedway review tomorrow night live on YouTube, 8:30 p.m. Sit down and listen to some racing. The Kevin Harvick Appreciation Tour has come to a screeching halt, and that's all I have to say about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. You want a nice shirt like Eddie's got? We've already mentioned it. CafePress.com/Loki and Jabroni. Get yourself a t-shirt, long sleeve. What do they call those things for the women? Camisole? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Get a baby onesie. Get a
chamomile.
Get a whatever chamomile. Isn't that a tea? Get a coffee mug. Get a bumper sticker. Do it now. If you want to donate to the show, www.patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni.
Interject with this fucking mic now.
You sound clean as hell.
You know what though? You gotta move it over a little bit so people can see your face.
I tried telling him that.
You're being censored.
I am being censored.
His beard is not up to snuff. That's
Yeah.
why we censored his face.
Yep.
Patreon.com/Loki and Jabroni. Donate to the show. You said there'd be
fixing it.
no more kicking of the gimmick.
There's not, but
All
he
right.
said I had to adjust it.
I understand.
Yeah, just move it over. It's a directional mic. You move to the side of your face a little bit, and it'll still pick you up.
There you go. And as always, www.lokiandjabroni.com. You can visit all our affiliate links, Amazon, WWE, Zounds, iHome. Hopefully, we're going to be adding another one soon that will be geared toward all of our sports fans, whether you're MLB, MMA, NBA, NASCAR, whatever you like. Hopefully, there's going to be another one, and we'll raise even more money because all of you guys are sports fans, and we love our sports. And if we can save money
We love
through
our
our own
sports.
website, that'd be great. So now the bills are paid for the first half of the show. We'll wait for this
For the
at
first
the
half.
end. And now,
There we go. That's better.
it is better. One of our favorite / least favorite things to do is talk about the absolute wussification of America.
No, because for every show that we do, eventually we're going to reach out to enough of these wussified fuckers that they're going to transform into actual. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say even Charlie males, because beta males, they ain't, maybe like gamma males,
I'm thinking Lima males.
maybe a lima, But no, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's start them on a gamma male.
All right,
You know what I'm saying?
gamma. When
Start
I
off
think
on a
gamma,
gamma
I
male.
think of the Hulk. So that kind of ruins that. For me.
All right. So let's
Gamma rays.
Yes,
let's do foxtrot males. That sounds wussy.
Foxtrot males. All right. Even though my MOS was 31 Foxtrot, I see where you're going and I like it.
I do too. All right, so
Even though I was never in the military.
I know, I heard this.
That seems to be the running fucking.
So why don't
thing
you go ahead and pass me that stone there, and then
Yes.
we will continue on to the wussification of America yet again.
Part 4. There's your stone gimmick. Look, we've all heard about the walkout. I'm sure everybody has an opinion on it, and based on my Facebook page, everybody does.
Same color.
Listen, guys, it's not a protest and it's not a walkout if your school endorses it. Now, I know every school in America did not endorse the walkout. I get it. But there were a lot that did. And a story that I have right here that I think is going to spark quite a bit of controversy, and if you haven't read about this story, it is something that may or may not turn your stomach, or you may be one of those ones that say, oh, hell, I understand why they do it, then fuck you, snowflake. From Hilliard, Ohio. An Ohio student in a high school said he tried to remain non-political during a school walkout over gun violence.
I swear there are no hoes in the producer's booth.
Where
This
the
would say
fuck?
otherwise.
Yeah, right? You guys can't see this, but
I'm not that kind of producer.
Ed's got
Hang on,
some.
baby. Hey.
Ed's got some action going on in the box tonight. Let me start this over. Hilliard, Ohio. An Ohio high school student says he tried to remain non-political during a school walkout over gun violence and was suspended for a day because he stayed in a classroom instead of joining protests or the alternative, a study hall. Okay, let me stop here and I'll interject my opinion. When I get done with the story, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Basically, you were given a choice. Join the school-endorsed protest, and you can see I'm doing quotations,
Yes.
or join a study hall. Those are your choices. That either strikes to me as fascism or communism. Which one?
Well, I have two opinions about that story.
Yep.
One, the story as presented was very clickbaity and misleading.
He held up the suspension notice and showed it to the world.
But he refused to go to the study hall also. He sat in his classroom. So
he protested, whereas everybody else was doing a state-sponsored protest, and he gets fucked. Why not take every student out there who was truant and give them a punishment, but you're going to give this kid a punishment? I call horse shit, and I'm going to continue to call horse shit, no matter, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful to you, no matter what you bring to the table on this point, I'm calling horse shit.
Well, here's the thing. The issue is there was no... Students can't be left unattended. Most of the teachers are with the supposed protest, which I'm
it's a
not
state-sponsored walkout, and
It
it's
is.
fascism.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with that part. His suspension, though, he's kind of lying. He was supposed to go to a study hall. He didn't, or be with the protest.
Okay, join the state-sponsored.
Yeah, but
or go to study hall.
Here's the thing: he's a kid.
He was exactly where he was supposed to be in his classroom at the given time. Look up the truancy laws. I'm right.
Yeah, but when you're told you have to either be in the study hall or here on this date, he has to be in the study hall.
It's not a protest then. Then it's an assembly, which is sponsored by the school.
I'm not arguing that part.
He was exactly where he was supposed to be, in his class, in his seat, book wide open. He did the right thing. He didn't bring politics in. And did you listen to some of these interviews that they were doing with these kids where they didn't know their fucking ass from their elbow? Why are you arguing gun law? We need more gun control. Why?
My thing is
I'm not arguing all of that.
We had plenty of these fucking things go on back. It wasn't walk out of the school because of gun violence. We had things where, let's all meet in the assembly because we're doing the whole drug thing.
But that's an assembly.
No. I get that. We also have put together things where the students, now this wasn't the school that did it, it was the students that did it, and we've literally...
You might have been a part of it. My senior year, which put you 2 years behind me at Ledyard High School.
Exactly where I'm going
We all walked out, I think it was at 11 and change in the morning, and do you remember, it was Mr. Bob Donovan, God rest his soul, came out with a bullhorn and said, if you are not back in your classroom where you are supposed to be, in the next 4 minutes, you will all be considered truant. And he knew everybody's name. This was a guy that I reconnected with him about 5 years before he died. He remembered everything about me. I know who you are. I will watch your faces walk into this building, and you will all be serving a 2-day suspension. Do you know what happened to that crowd? We all walked our ass back to class. Why? Because we were fucking breaking the rules. So this walkout in Hilliard, Ohio, state-sponsored, it wasn't a protest. It was a fucking political statement by the town and or the state.
It's not a protest when it's made up from when you get notices from your school in your little notebook or in your fucking pamphlet to bring home.
You get a handout to bring to mom.
That's what I'm sorry. That's not a fucking.
They were all given.
Exactly. This is exactly what's wrong with this. This is exactly what's wrong with this.
It gets worse.
No, I know.
Yes, it does.
Oh, I know, but this is exactly why this is perfect for the wussification, because if you want to do a protest, you don't go through the fucking teachers. You do exactly like we did. Now, granted, did any of us stick around? I think a few people still sat out there.
I think there might have been 20 or 30 that really stuck to their guns.
But they got suspended.
Out of the 500 that were out there. And I truly believe there was probably, of the I think there were 600 students in the school, 500 walked out. You know, we really believed in the cause, and to this day I don't remember what it was, and I don't think you do either. But we did what we did. But then when you're faced with the consequence, and there's more about that later.
You know what? I think I really want to break. I think it was fucking Desert Shield at the time.
It couldn't have been, because that happened after I graduated.
I was in junior high school when that happened. So.
I graduated in June of '90. The invasion of Kuwait. Iraq invaded Kuwait in July, and I signed up for the Army in August, which I was never in, by the way. So yeah, the timeline is a little skewed, but there was something that we were. And I wish there was some. I reached out to some Ledyard alum to find out what the walkout was about.
I think I remember.
What is it?
I think it was the whole thing that because at the time wasn't fucking Clinton. Clinton was in office,
Bush.
Right? It was Bush.
The first Bush. The only good Bush. Fuck Kurt Bush. Fuck Kyle Bush. Fuck George W. Bush.
Yeah, because the censorship came after that. Then.
Yep.
So no, I don't know.
All right. Fair enough. Let me finish the story. Hilliard Senior Jacob Shoemaker says the school isn't the place for politics, and he wasn't taking part on Wednesday, and he wasn't taking sides. The district said it's responsible for its student safety, and they can't be unsupervised. So to that point,
that's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I don't. Here's the thing. I'm going to say the kid's not a victim.
He's not.
I'll put it out there.
I just say, if you're going to have a protest, you gig the protesters. You don't dig the kid that says, okay, you know what? I'm not taking sides. I'm a 16, 17-year-old kid who doesn't know my ass from a hole in the ground. They can barely figure out what to do with a boner at that age, let alone talk to me, a 45-year-old man, about gun control.
Well, look at the 2 kids that were holding up Second Amendment and guns don't kill people signs. And the principal said, if you don't go away, I'm going to have you thrown in jail. What about that? I mean, that really happened.
Well, technically, they can't throw them in jail. It's their constitutional right to do that. My issue is,
you know, though, that's here's the problem, though. That's fuzzy when you're a kid. So, yeah, the principal
everything's fuzzy when you're a kid. These kids, I didn't understand civics class and government class, and although I thought I did at 17 years old. Wasn't until I was in my late 20s I understood, oh, okay, that's real.
Go figure, a government school doesn't tell you the truth?
No, they never do.
See, this is the problem. Here's the thing. Let's put this in perspective. These kids are protesting their own rights.
Exactly.
That's how brainwashed
they want to take away. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's going to come up later with the young lady from Parkland who had the press conference a couple days ago. And
the bald one?
Yeah. Her. Him. It. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. It's my show. I can do what I want. It's your show, too. You can tell me to stop. Jacob's citation for not following instructions was shared online by a friend, prompting a flood of messages to his father. The father, Scott Shoemaker, says some of the people thought his son was suspended for walking out, and angry comments accumulated, including some that mistook Scott for the principal. That would be the father. He says he got a couple death threats and had considered switching his phone number. Let's switch this.
Now that shit has to stop.
Let's switch this to Maryland, where they did the once again school-sponsored walkout. Can
I say something about the sponsors real quick?
Go ahead.
Do you know who's been like funneling monies to some of these protests? 2 names: George Clooney and Jimmy Fallon.
Fuck them both.
Actually, 3. Jimmy Kimmel.
I got a problem with Jimmy Fallon, and I'll get to that in a little bit. Oh, no, Jimmy Kimmel. Sorry. Jimmy Kimmel's the guy I have a problem with.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that in a few minutes.
Lately,
remind me, please. Don't let me forget. Jimmy Kimmel.
Because somebody, I can't remember who it was just like, oh, the NRA and all these rich people are funding this pro-gun propaganda. I'm like, well, fucking Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, and George Clooney are funding this anti-gun propaganda. So, hey, rich people everywhere.
Yeah, they're all over the fucking place. They're throwing their money all over, which is cool. Cool.
Go for it.
I mean, if you want to throw your fucking money all over the place, that works.
If you throw your money around, I'll give you my address.
I got a roll of Gorilla Tape right here.
That shit's awesome. Smells like diesel, though.
Yeah, it does. That's the part that sucks. Now, at any given point in time, with enough force, strength, and etc., I could wrap you, your mouth, your nose, you whatever, and I could kill you with this. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this tape by itself, I hope y'all heard that. Let me do it again. I hope y'all heard that. That tape by itself cannot kill you. That whiskey by itself cannot kill you.
Good call.
Unless you imbibe too much of it, get in a car and take out a
Logan
family
can
of
kill
4.
that whiskey.
I can.
This beer cannot kill you unless you drink too much of it and your liver fails, or you slide into a bus full of nuns.
My liver.
Lower, dude.
My liver.
Oh, yeah. Nice! Fuck! There's only a few people in this world that get that reference, and you are one of them. Loki wins the day.
Sorry.
My liver. Lower, dude. My liver. Alcohol doesn't kill people.
Actually, doesn't he grab his crotch?
Yeah, that's right.
The first time he does it lower with his voice. My liver. And then he does it again. My liver. Lower, dude. He grabs his dick. My liver.
Lower it down, dude.
Yeah. But that's...
Right,
first person to come back with what that's from, I'll give you a shout out. Anyway, the gun doesn't kill people. Alcohol doesn't kill people. Irresponsibility kills people. Evil kills people. Mentally deranged people kill people.
Well, don't forget we had another shooting again today.
Yep, yes. I heard about that.
So,
but these cops ran in with a rifle.
Yeah, amazing.
Look, they did their jobs.
Can I say something about that? I noticed when I was reading about that.
Sure.
They won't talk about the type of gun used because it wasn't an AR-15. I guarantee it was a pistol.
Oh, I know.
And you'll never convince anyone to ban pistols.
No.
In my opinion, as someone who...
Well, you can't. That's number one home defense fucking pieces.
Pistol, shotgun, rifle. Yeah. I mean,
pistol
right. It goes right in your nightstand.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the number one protection fucking weapon.
Well, you know me. I think I should be able to own a nuke. So
Yeah.
let's imagine how polite my neighborhood.
I'd
would
love
be.
to have a tank out there. Believe me. If I could have a Sherman out there, fuck yeah.
The only problem is it's just faster to fucking reach in your nightstand and just pop a couple caps.
I
in the
agree with
motherfucker
that.
And just call it a day, you know.
You know what? There was a story years ago. I can't remember what year. Anybody with a Google machine can look this up. Her name is Clara Harris.
I can hear you guzzle that thing.
A very well-to-do wife of a very well-to-do dentist in Houston, Texas, and found out the husband was cheating on her and hired a private detective, and he confirmed it. Clara Harris ran over her husband with a Mercedes-Benz 250 SL.
Ban
Well,
it.
Do we ban the Mercedes-Benz 250 SL?
Ban it.
Well, what year is it?
Patrick comes in with Beavis and Butthead. Good job, Patrick. Big shout out to you. Nice job. Yeah, ban the 250. You know what kills more people than guns in this world? Cigarettes. When do we ban that?
You can't. There's too much revenue.
Well, I guess then we
They
just
tried.
they
Oh,
have
they
tried.
did.
Tried.
As a matter of fact,
We-
it was our generation that started that.
We even tried banning alcohol. Look how many people died during that time.
Mhm.
Mm.
No, we banned it, and the problem was we said, "Fuck you, we're still gonna make it."
Look, the car doesn't look. Let's go. You do your karaoke bit every Saturday night at Tokyo Sushi. If you're in the southeastern Connecticut area, come out and see my man Loki. Look,
Not for much longer. My
The-
shit is for sale, so I'm really
the
hoping
whiskey
somebody takes
doesn't
it.
kill people. The beer doesn't kill people. The car doesn't kill people. You know what?
Beans singing will kill people.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, Beans. I was just fucking with you.
The idiot who drinks too much and says, "Hey, I'm okay," gets in his car and wipes out, kills people. That's the be-all, end-all. Guns don't kill anybody. You can leave a gun on your front porch tomorrow. The dog, the mailman, anybody can walk up on your porch, look at that gun and go, "Oh shit, it's a gun," and walk away. The gun is not going to kill people.
No,
it's it's time for you
At
as
least,
a parent.
at least a third of those motherfuckers will reach down and grab that gun and be like, "Yo, I can at least pull fucking 600 for this fucking piece."
Maybe they might steal it and sell it, or go to the gun
That's what I'm saying.
buyback gimmick.
That's what I'm saying.
It's time for you as parents, and it's time for you as snowflake fucking millennial cocksucker 17-year-old who thinks they can tell me.
Actually, the 17-year-old I found out are
Oh,
not millennials
Christ.
anymore.
Yeah, I was
What
gonna
are-
say,
what are-
yeah.
I
Believe it or not- believe it or not, the
I
scary
saw the
thing-
designation. What's the gimmick?
The
What's
scary thing is millennials are adults now.
That's
Millennials
scary as
are
fuck.
now turning 30.
That's scary
So-
as fuck.
So yeah. So this is
They're running their own
well,
podcast
millennials are
somewhere,
Generation Y.
feeding
So
the
this is
fucking
generation.
disease.
Millennials are technically Generation Y. We're Generation X. So this is Generation Z that we're talking about.
What's next? Generation A plus?
How did we get to we're generation?
Yeah,
Z
really.
now?
I don't think they did generational.
Well, it goes X, Y, Z. Baby boomers are like generation.
I know, but we went from X to millennial. Like, why the fuck didn't
They
we just
started calling them millennials because it was the turn of the millennium.
No.
So
When they
it's
were,
not even it's not an official designation, but
What was the official designation on millennials? Isn't it born between 89 and 95?
it varies.
And then they come up, and it doesn't matter. If you're born, in my opinion, between 95 and now, you're a fucking millennial.
There are some
Because you believe in the softer, gentler fucking participation trophy, everybody's special bullshit.
well, that's a culture. But there are
Same.
there are some articles that try to say 77 is millennial, so they're like trying to
What?
say I'm a millennial. And I'm
What?
Like, I was always
No.
I was always Generation X. So.
Calling it horseshit right now. I'm calling it horseshit right now. I'm not going to do it.
No, what it is. It's I call it the Marxist culture that's kind
Amen.
of gripped the youth, where they forget, like they tend to not appreciate a lot of things we have because of how we've been as a society, being free, individualistic, and competitive.
That's
Let's
not
keep it
even my
real.
biggest complaint.
you know?
My biggest complaint on that is they think that their opinion is the only opinion that matters.
Mhm.
You've seen it. We have some friends and some former friends and whomever that say their piece, and then when you try to say something back, maybe with a tinge of,
I didn't put this on a public forum for discussion.
it's just like,
I hate
no,
that.
yeah, I
hate
know.
that. Then keep it.
This
to
is
yourself.
my Facebook page. Then don't fucking post it. I'm free to do what I want.
I hate that. Like, then don't say anything. Just talk to your family and sit in your own echo chamber.
You know what? We could turn the mics off right now. Us three could have a fucking discussion, which may or may not ever leave this room. And at the end of it, we're all still shaking hands, hugging, and going about our business and doing this next week. That's how
I still don't think you should transition, but that's my opinion.
Well, I'm not going to because I like being Chris and I don't want to be Jane. And don't get me started on the genders. We'll get to that later. Jesus, you're blowing all my spots here.
I know.
I'm
loving it.
I just invited the animal.
Nice. It's
so yeah. Basically, I'm just saying the millennials are actually a voting age now, which is scary. These kids are.
No, yeah, you're damn right,
they're
dude.
The next generation. And here's the thing: let's put it this way: the next generation has kind of been brainwashed by the millennial generation. You know, so they're not. I use the word brainwashing because they're just everything.
It works.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Everything's supposed to be equal. Everything's supposed to be fair.
Look, I'm going to throw a NASCAR reference in here, and I know it's not popular, and we're going to cover it tomorrow night on C&J Speeder Review. 39 laps into the race, veteran, 42-year-old Kevin Harvick. You can see all his gimmicks around here at some point or another if you watch the other show.
Why do I get the feeling he's going to be moving out?
You can see one behind me. No, he's not. And Kyle Larson, young 20-something upstart. Harvick loves his car. He's having a good day, and he gets alongside Kyle Larson, this week's California race. And that side draft, if you don't know anything about racing,
draft. I think I saw that video.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so the side draft takes a little, if you're the guy coming up, it takes air off of your car. It makes you wiggle. So what happens? Harvick comes up alongside Larson. His car wiggles. And Larson is holding his line. Remember I said that. He's holding his line. In his line, he has to creep up just a little bit to make that turn. Now, Harvick, because he has no control in this side draft, comes down a little bit. They touch. Harvick goes in the wall. He can't win 4 straight. No big deal. It's racing. Life goes on. I went in. I tended to the dinner. I watched the rest of the race. Congratulations, Martin Truex Jr. They go immediately after the race to Harvick. They fix the car. He goes out. He finishes 9 laps down, 36th place. They say, Kevin, what do you think? He goes, that was my fault.
I just invited Brian Miner. Fuck you, Brian Miner.
Wow. Okay, then. Zach Smith says, what up, guys? Hello. We got
it's funny. I actually
we got Beans and Anthony. Beans. Mike said some bad shit about you. I'm not going to say it out loud.
I heard him.
So Kevin Harvick says, hey, that was totally my fault. I got loose. I touched him. I went in the wall. Sorry, bad day.
I
go
meant to
on
ask
next
you
week.
about that.
Go
actually.
ahead.
No. You answered it.
But he's a 42-year-old man. And he says, that was my fault. Now, they go to Kyle Larson, who finished in the top 10. They said, Kyle, what happened? He goes, I don't know. He was driving like an idiot. He said it on the radio, too. He's driving like an idiot. Kyle, had you listened, had you waited and just said, hey, you know what? It happened. Let me wait to see what happened on the video, and we'll see what happens. Kyle Larson, I have no problem with Kyle Larson. He's a great driver, but he's a young buck. And he's another guy that when things don't go his way, somebody else is an idiot. Kyle Busch, same way. Joey Logano, same way. Guys, if shit doesn't go your way, get all the facts. So in this situation, much like the gun control situation, much like any time you try to argue with someone 30 and younger, if you don't agree with them, fuck you. And I know some 68-year-olds that do the same fucking thing. If you don't agree with me, fuck you. Well, here's the problem. You don't have all the facts. You present what you say is fact, and then basically everybody else can kiss a bag of dicks. No, and no. Go ahead with your point.
Anyone right now who's like in these protests who are like hate guns right now needs to take a look at what is it, Austin, Texas right now?
Oh yeah, with the bombing.
Fucking serial bomber right now.
He's like the Unabomber all over again. But
yeah,
5 in a row in like this short a time?
Yeah. They need. Here's the thing. It is not a good time to be disarming people. Texas will never disarm, but
of course not.
Yeah,
they do it right.
I'd say,
they have the death penalty and they use it.
Y'all are fucking stupid if you're gonna sit there and let these motherfuckers disarm you. Number one,
Zach's in the house right now.
Hitler tried to do the same thing with the fucking Germans, and no, it wasn't even he was trying to disarm them. He was trying to take away their knowledge. He wanted them to be stupid. And not only just them, the generations that came after him. That's how long he.
We're getting hearts and smiles like a motherfucker because you people understand.
He wanted to demonize anything Jewish, and
right, exactly.
Like don't read this garbage.
He wanted to completely take it away, and this is exactly what these people are doing to us now. And it's funny. Even my son turned around and goes, "Well, Dad, what's the point of us having an assault weapon?" I looked right at him and I said, "Well, son,
what is an assault weapon?"
When the gun,
good point.
When the government comes at you with those exact same weapons, you're gonna very much appreciate having an assault weapon. You really will. An assault rifle.
I gotta answer a question real quick.
It's a good question. These people are like, "Oh, we need to ban the assault weapons." Well, what's an assault weapon? They all have different answers.
Right.
The military has classified an assault rifle as a fully automatic
But 30
rifle.
years ago, a pump-action rifle was considered an assault weapon. By the way, Rhiannon, no.
It keeps changing.
No, an assault weapon, in my opinion, is what we like to consider spray and pray while moving forward as much as possible.
So
that's what an assault weapon is.
You could say that a buckshot rifle is an assault weapon.
Yeah, but how many rounds can you get off?
I'm not saying...
It's the same thing. I don't consider a pistol an assault weapon because you're only getting 15 rounds off before you have to get that fucking clip going.
You're saying...
Are you really going forward?
I'm not saying you, but what the collective you is saying, because I could shoot buckshot, which shoots 300 pellets out, spray, boop, is an assault weapon.
It's in how you shoot it, too. If you're trying to push back,
yeah,
there's a certain way you would shoot versus
actually
hitting targets.
No. Now you're talking about intelligence. That's a whole other thing. Because you got to understand, half these people that are using these weapons and shooting up schools aren't intelligent. They're just going off the basis.
They're angry, and they're
just going off the basis of how many people can I kill in as fast as possible with as much as I possibly can. That's what these guys are doing. They don't. There's no skill in it. There's nothing involved in it. All these fuckers are doing, honestly, is just like we said, spray and pray while moving forward. That clip empties out. You hit the button. You slap that fucking bitch back in, and you keep going. Back it in. Boom. Keep going. Is there any skill involved in that?
Does anybody remember what Cho Sung-Wee used in the Virginia Tech massacre?
Yeah, you use pistols.
9mm.
Yeah.
Well, most mass shootings, believe it or not, are committed by handguns. If you look at the stats.
Well,
but
they're more
Paducah, Kentucky.
Accurate.
Does anybody remember what they used in Paducah, Kentucky? Hunting rifles.
Yeah.
See, funny thing, and you mentioned intelligence or training rather. The Parkland shooter is junior ROTC, so he actually knows how to use these guns.
He was taught how to.
Yeah, but he also used different weapons.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's not. They're not.
He's the one that used the pistols, and what we're talking about, and that's
the Parkland guy used an AR-15.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay, yep.
The Parkland guy, but here's the thing: the background of the Parkland guy, you're looking at junior ROTC. He also had other gun training because you have to actually have certain classes you have to take to even acquire that type of gun in Florida. So, like, he did everything right.
Well,
he was also flagged.
They actually throw a rifle in your hand before they throw a pistol in your hand in the military.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, rifles are easier to learn. Well, see, here's the thing: you say pistols are more accurate, but I would say the AR-15 is a more accurate weapon than a pistol because a pistol.
Well, it depends. Like I said, see, the only reason why
depends who's using
the only reason why I say a pistol is more accurate is because the fire rate of it.
Right.
Now, you got an AR-15 full rate fire. Yes, your first shot might be accurate. The ones after that are going to be fucking well off unless you know how to use that weapon, which we just brought back.
Right.
Now, a pistol, it's trigger, boom, bullet out. Trigger, boom, bullet
unless
out.
You have a 3-shot, and I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, but come on, dude. How many people? No, I think but that's like highly modified.
I think you're confusing AR-15 with an M4. Because an AR-15 is the same principle. Boom, eject, boom, eject, boom, eject.
No, I thought the AR-15 had a like a semi-automatic on it.
Well, it is semi-automatic, but it's like...
Well, semi-automatic is burst.
Yeah. 4 shots or more.
Or 3 shot, yeah, 3 shots. 3 shots.
It used to be 3 shots,
Right.
but then the
Yeah,
M16, which
pretty
is your standard military
Burst,
rifle.
yeah, burst shot, semi-automatic
Yeah.
is burst shot.
Well,
right.
the AR-15 I don't think can do burst shots.
Well, then why
We'll
is
have
it
to look at-
considered a
Yeah.
fucking semi-automatic? It should not
It's-
be
it's
considered
a-
a semi-automatic. It should be
I think
considered.
it's a semi-automatic because you only have to go once and then bang, bang, bang. But I don't think it can do burst shots.
Still calling horseshit.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, no,
Go to the
definitely,
Google machine. That's
definitely.
fine.
People don't like it because it's black.
Wow.
No, you can get it with a walnut stock. Okay, I'm just saying right now, it doesn't have to be completely black.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned that because Steven Crowder did this thing where he had the AR-15 laid out, and he has there's a counterpart that's made of wood. It looks more like a traditional rifle. Fires the same, operates the same, just as accurate. And he just asked random people which one of these should be banned, and they all say the AR-15 because it looks scary, but it's the same fucking rifle.
Right.
And then
Dude.
there's some other rifles that even use the same rounds, and he held up different rounds. Which one should be banned? They'd pick this long one, which is a hunting round, and they say the AR-15 round is fine.
Look, a machete looks scary. More people are killed by a fucking kitchen knife every year than a damn machete. Do I want the kitchen knife banned? No, because I still need to chop onions.
Well, they
I
got
still
the
need to cut cabbage.
Swiss Army because you keep it in your pocket.
Oh, hell. Oh, did anybody see the video I
Yes,
shared
that was awesome.
with
That
the
was
guy who took
awesome.
the pocket knife out
Yeah.
and said, I
What are you gonna
brought
do
this
now?
in here. What are you
What are you
going to
gonna
do?
do
He
now?
never opened it. And somebody was like, he can't bring a switchblade in here. That's illegal. First of all, fucknut, it's not a switchblade. It's a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Second of all, unless he
No, not only
whips
that,
it open.
Not only that,
Fuck.
he would have fucking
Fuck.
killed. He would have killed 30 of those motherfuckers in that building.
And you
with
know
that
why?
knife. With that knife, and because they would have been sitting there going, no.
They'd all ran. They'd all sprayed. Nobody would have been the hero to stop the
I'm
aggressor.
I'm on AR-15.com.
Go ahead.
And turns out I'm right. A 3-round burst trigger system will not fit a civilian AR-15.
Okay.
But
that
You
is-
a
can modify
civilian AR-15.
yeah, that's the only one you can get.
Bring it.
Right,
Oh,
right.
No.
Ye of little faith. You don't think there's a black market
That's what I
out
was
there?
exactly going to
Well,
say.
no, I'm talking
exactly.
legally. I'm
Exactly.
talking
All right. All right.
Exactly.
I'm talking legally.
Clarification. Got it.
Because here's the thing: you in this country, you cannot buy a fully automatic weapon
No, you
unless
can't.
you're police
Mhm.
or active
Right,
military.
active military.
In some
Well, legally.
some can't. Some cases they'll give them to retired military, but you can't. It's like I think they call it a class 3 license.
When does
Then you
that
have to apply
stop
to the
the
federal government.
outlaws
no, it
from
doesn't.
getting the
I'm
It
gun?
not-
never does,
I-
man.
I'm
It
talking-
never has. It never will. It's never going to happen.
But
It's never.
The-
And that's just it. What you're doing is you're taking weapons away from good, honest
That's all you're
fucking
doing, yeah.
people who are, or you remember reading about that dude that fucking who had a weapon and he didn't even fucking end up shooting it. All he did was show the guy that he had a weapon. I think it was like a 7-Eleven or whatever. And all he did was show the guy he had a weapon. The guy took off.
Yeah.
Like this
Wow.
is this was a real you won't hear about that. Why? Number 1, nobody died. Number 2, no shots were fired.
right.
Number 3, there was no arrests made.
You know, funny.
So you're not going to hear anything about this fucking shit.
Funny. I watched a documentary called LA 93 recently. You might have seen it about
Yeah, I
the LA
watched
riot. Oh, was that not fucking
It's
fantastic?
just all the footage and stuff, right?
Do you remember the Korean
It
grocer
was a war.
who shot? No, this is before all the riots.
Oh, that started the riot.
Yeah, who shot the girl?
Kamisha something.
Yes, who she thought quotations shoplifted, and they had a struggle, yada yada, and she just basically within this much. If you guys can see me, if you're not watching, you're downloading this. I'm about 3 feet away from
Get the
Loki.
new mic, you won't have to do that.
Boom! Shot her back of the head, dead. Why? Under the suspicion of shoplifting.
And they not guilty.
Yeah.
Not guilty.
Yeah,
And
but
that was a precursor to Rodney King and the cops going not guilty, and then they burned the city down. Again, it's intent. It's who's holding the weapon. Guys, I could sit here next week with a hunting rifle right here, held like this, pointed dead at Loki's skull. You know what's going to happen? Not a fucking thing. You know why?
Probably
I'm
gonna ask you to put the gun down.
responsible. No, he can, and I could respectfully say no.
And I can sit here the same thing with a sledgehammer above your head the whole time.
And I
It
could
doesn't
ask,
right. Do you plan on
We
dropping
could-
that sledgehammer on my head? What do you plan
We
on doing
can
here?
record this show in a Mexican standoff. We'll do that one time.
Why not? That's tasty as fuck, by the way.
That is.
Dude, next time we have a music episode.
Comment from the.
I
Well,
think Kanye West is the greatest.
you'd be the only one pointing guns. Zach comes in with it's not the responsible gun owners that go through the proper channels that are the problem. Yet we are the ones that are punished more and more.
No, you always are.
I think
It's
that's
the
a great point.
Look, it's the same thing with people that want to go through the actual systems in Connecticut and go through
or anywhere.
No. Let me just finish. Marijuana is finally becoming a subject for Connecticut. And do you know
fucking
why?
time.
No. Do you know why?
Because they can tax it.
In June, in June, Massachusetts is going to have everything available. And because everything's going to be available there, and because it's legal down here to a point where you only get a fine.
And I think Rhode Island too, right?
Yes.
I think
it's
so,
it's
yes,
surrounding us.
Exactly. So guess what we get to do? We get to roll our happy asses up to Mass and pull away as much as we want.
Mhm.
And the only thing they can fucking do to us is fine us.
You know what that means?
It took
Means
that.
this guy's going to come with me on Fridays to
It
pick
took-
up my kid.
It took us that. It took Connecticut to realize that fuck you, Connecticut. Connecticut people are going to still go up here to Mass. Now, here's my point. It had nothing to do with weed, by the way, because I know you're like, what does it have to do with gun control?
No, I get it. I
Very
see where
simple.
you're going.
Now, no. When before in the state of Connecticut, and this is this whole CCDL, carry on fucking shit that we had.
Bring it.
Connecticut would not allow you to have a medical card and a pistol permit.
With
You
certain
cannot-
exceptions.
No. There is no
I
certain
can
exception.
name one because I know one.
Then he went through some fucking good
He's a-
ass fucking shit.
He's a retired cop.
There
needs
you
the
go.
medical.
There you go.
And
There you go.
I'm just
Retired
saying,
cop. That I was gonna say. There you go.
That was
He's
the
allowed.
exception.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jack boots are always allowed to keep their guns.
Yes.
Don't be an asshole.
Yes. No, he's
This
right.
guy- no,
he's
he-
right.
The guy
He's
I'm talking
right,
about. The guy I'm
dude.
talking about is the nicest fucking guy.
He
south of
might
there.
be, but he's right. I mean,
What?
I get
I'm
it.
talking about his boots.
I get it. He was also a motorcycle cop,
But
so
guess-
he probably has jack boots.
but guess what? Most of us can't. All right. So if we want to use, which by the way, marijuana has actually been proven to actually hold off Crohn's disease. It is actually proven to throw it into a full state of remission, which I've been saying since I've been using it forever. But anyways, so if I want to actually take that path and say, I want to get legal with you, Connecticut,
Right.
I need to get my legal marijuana card. I can't protect my
All right.
family.
We had a comment coming in from Lindsay. She says, "Don't forget, we live in a not a castle state." Ed, you brought this up some weeks ago, which means our genius lawmakers do not think that your home is not your castle, and you don't have the right to protect it until you are in clear and imminent danger
If you
or
have
dead.
a path of escape, and
Yes, you
don't-
have to take it.
Which is,
You have to
by
take
the
it.
way, here it comes. First time this episode.
Look,
Horse shit.
but is it?
It is.
But
Yes.
is it?
Somebody breaks into my house. You are entering unlawfully. I will shoot you between
How
the
do I
eyes.
know he's not going to follow me?
How do I know he's not going to rape me?
At
How do I
that-
know he's not
at
going to
that
kill my
point,
kids?
If you're carrying, let him follow you because
Anyone-
now you could drop him in your fucking backyard and it's legal.
Here's the thing. Anyone desperate enough to break into my house is desperate enough to do whatever.
Exactly.
I agree.
Here's the thing. I don't. And I've had state troopers say, if you shoot somebody in your house, drag them to a room where there's no exits.
Right.
Like I've heard cops say that.
Or bring him outside.
Right.
Or bring him
It's fucking
outside.
crazy.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm all for it. Dude, go outside, wait right by that fucking door, and as soon as he comes walking out with your fucking TV,
See,
blow his fucking brains out, and then when he's in your driveway, be like,
Let me throw this out
I
here.
was outside.
If
I was
If I
outside.
live on the 4th floor of an apartment building, and somebody breaks into my house, and my escape route is jump
There's
out
no
the
exit. No,
fucking
That's
there's
not an
window,
exit.
I'm gonna
There's
shoot
no
a
exit.
motherfucker.
No, exactly. No, Ed's right. There's no exit. So therefore, as soon as that motherfucker walks in, you're like, bink, bink, bink.
Boom.
just drag him upstairs.
Caw. Boom. Pow. You're dead.
Bang, fuck, you're dead.
Done.
Yeah, because like my apartment where you've seen it, there's like 2 doors. If I didn't use one of those doors, I can't have a gun there anyway because it's in my lease. but because
Property rights.
I guess
it
yeah,
is what it is.
I don't argue property rights.
It is what
And
it is.
I guess they had a tenant there that got into an argument with somebody. One of them ended up pulling out a gun, so now there's like no guns. Fuck, man.
Well,
but
can I ask you a dumb question?
Real quick though,
Go ahead.
on the weed thing, bringing weed from Mass into Connecticut, you gotta be careful.
And Vermont. Your mom, by the way. Vermont.
Yeah.
Mass. Fucking Rhode Island.
I just want to say something. It's more of a disclosure to anyone who does this regularly. Be careful once you go over state lines. It is federal crime.
Yeah, then you're
So
transporting
just-
and
even you know what? Technically, even though it would be if it was legal for Mass in Connecticut,
it's
the minute
still
you go over state lines, federal crime.
it's still illegal to
If-
transport alcohol over state lines.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Which, when I go to the races, I
New
wait
Hampshire
to buy.
liquor store. I load up.
I
Yeah,
wait to buy
exactly.
my. I wait
you
to
gotta
buy my
understand,
beer
like,
when I
these
get to
people
the
have got
races.
to want to actually do this.
When I went to Maine last year, I brought back copious amounts of alcohol. Me and the Eternal Flame bought every one of us alcohol, and we enjoyed it. Had I got pulled over and they searched me, guess what? I'm fine.
Well, if you're pulled over locally, they might not care. But if you got stopped by ATF or
Lost Sailor.
liquor
IPA.
commission,
Same.
yeah.
All right, another comment from the Peanut Gallery. Zach says, if you're in my house unlawfully and I tell you to leave, you have 3 seconds to turn your happy ass around and get out. My family is my priority. I agree with
I agree with you, but unfortunately, the state of Connecticut does not,
That's
brother.
what I'm saying. Drag
So
his body
exactly.
upstairs.
So make sure that
Yep.
you either A, step outside and the first time he walks out with one of your pieces, drop him,
Right.
or B, just like Eddie says, make sure you drop him, but you make it in a good spot so he
play
doesn't
that up,
drop
too.
Or
be
else
like-
you'll be watching our show with your 20 minutes of internet time at the correctional facility, and we'd still love that.
If you need to really, really sell the con, be like, honey, I'm going to put the dead man's hand on your throat, and I'm just going to snap a selfie.
Right.
Oh, I
It's
got to read this
the
one.
way you got to go, man.
Lindsay says, I had a homeless man sleeping on my deck, and I live in a very good neighborhood. I showed my gun through the window, and he left and called the cops. Now, I know every officer in town, which she does,
Right.
and he had a rap sheet. But in another situation, I'd be in jail for flashing my weapon in my home to a stranger on my property. By the way, I had offered the dude a joint. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Here,
You offered him a joint,
Scope
then
this out.
pulled a gun on it?
That's why the cops are
Sounds
getting
like a
fucking-
setup.
No. I get it now. She forgot the word if. By the way, if I had offered the dude a joint, I would be arrested for aiding and abetting a felon. Good point by you.
Yeah, don't
Take
feed
it away,
the strays.
guys.
Yeah. You don't want to do that shit.
But seriously,
Besides, you just
Did
waste
she
your weed.
point the gun at him?
no, I don't know. Lindsay, that's up to you. Tell us.
If she,
Hello, Mike Barker.
if
Thanks
she
for joining.
pointed the gun at him, the laws are so fucked up about that. If you're just sitting there like,
Hit that share
"Hi,"
button.
you know,
Hit
wipe
that
it down,
share
how's
button.
it
Yeah,
going?
guys, share us away. Tell your
Share the bejesus out of us
gun-hating
right now.
motherfuckers that we're hot.
I don't know. We go on this gun thing forever. You got something?
Yeah, need to
I-
know.
I really like that, but no.
Thank you.
No.
That was
This
my
isn't
point.
bad.
That
It
shit,
started-
no, that shit,
it
that shit
started
gets me
with the
going. That
kid-
shit gets me going because, like I said, I'm not about it because for all you people out there that say let's take the guns away, that's the second that this government comes fucking shining down and takes us over. Like, get this through your fucking heads
No
right
point.
now, people.
Just show. Lindsay
Like
just
seriously,
clarified.
the minute they take our weapons away is the minute that we become exactly what they want.
Hitler used
fucking declawed sheep.
And the people who say the military would never attack the American public.
Yes, they will.
Kent State.
No.
yeah.
Can I just say this? There's some gung ho motherfuckers out there
Oh yeah.
that ain't got no family, ain't got nothing else, and trust me, the
Thank
only
you,
thing
Barbara
they
Jean.
fucking
Thank you.
care about is a little nick on their gun for fucking kills. And if it's got to come from a fucking 6-person family, they'll take that.
I want you to
Trust
do me
me.
a favor because you've got the computer and you've got the access. We're all looking at comments and reading off questions. Can you look up the Second Amendment and read it verbatim? Because I really want some of these snowflake
I'll do it.
cocksuckers
I'll
to
do it.
understand. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Guys, get ready. This is going to be a landmark moment right now. I want you to hear what the Second Amendment reads and then tell me again why you're fighting against the Second Amendment. Because in my opinion, you're just basically taking your own rights away like we've all stated. Go ahead,
Here's
Ed.
something I like to say, and I actually made this point with my mom, who for some reason has been on the nobody needs an AR-15 bandwagon.
I agree with
which
her.
actually drives me like
I don't because I bet
But
you,
if you want one
bet
for
you that-
show,
I bet you the
Target
I bet you the
practice?
Japanese Americans during World War II would have loved to have some AR-15s when FDR locked them in cages.
Oh yeah, I don't disagree with that.
And I maintain this. That was a failure of the American public not to stop them from doing that.
Agreed.
Yes.
1,000%.
We've gone to civil war for less.
Yeah.
That was fucking bullshit. That's why, like, anyone who sucks FDR's cock can blow me. Like,
we're the
seriously.
greatest generation. You were bullshit.
Like, well, he was elected 4 times. Fucking, he was a tyrant for 4 times.
So the American public, much like this past election, was dumb enough. Look, we had 2 choices.
I would love to go back in time and give the Native Americans some AR-15s during the Trail of Tears.
Look, I said it years ago with Gore and Bush. And I'm going to say it again now. We had 2 choices. We had fuck no and oh God, fuck no. And guess what? Oh God, fuck no won. And now what America is not learning, because they're not watching the news, they're not watching America, they're not watching anything that goes on, Trump's not doing a bad job. I didn't vote for him. You didn't vote for him.
And I still
you didn't vote for him. And I wouldn't vote for him for a second term. But he's not doing a bad job. And it's time for America to wake up and stop believing everything Entertainment Tonight or CNN or HLN or whatever fucking news outlet you watch. Stop letting them shape your opinion. Do your due diligence. Had another Chris Benoit argument earlier today that Eddie wants to hear about, because now I can say the word Chris Benoit.
Why'd I lift the ban?
Because another fucking retard says, you don't know what happened. I'm like, no, but all these investigations did. Here's some links. And the guy was like, you don't know what happened. Well, it's up to you now. Prove me wrong. I don't have to prove you wrong. I'm right. You lost. Fuck you. Thank you. So, you know, the Second Amendment protects us from our own government. And we know this. And our listeners know this.
Are you having trouble finding it?
Yeah.
You know what's great about this is they actually have, like, you look up Second Amendment, dude, I can get word for word First Amendment, word for word Third Amendment, word for word Fourth Amendment.
You can actually get
right now,
Are you
me
shitting
just
me?
typing in Second Amendment, I am literally getting story after story of how to define the Second Amendment.
Oh God!
I'm
now
not
even
even
Google's
I'm
in
not
on the
even
fucking
getting
game.
the actual.
Google's a
I was
big
gonna
left.
say, yeah. He's
Actually, real quick sidetrack on that.
Yes.
It's funny you mention that, because somebody on one of the boards I'm on
Look up Black Cox.
Somebody shared an awesome meme, and it showed a picture of, speaking of Nazis, since we brought them up, it showed the Nazi book burning, and then it also showed that screen YouTube has, this content has been taken off due to violation of terms of service. And then somebody's like, what's the difference? And I'm like, it's one, YouTube's a private company, they can do what they want, but they got a good point. I mean, here's the thing, the way I see it, if the ideas are that bad, nobody's gonna listen.
I don't buy it.
You know, if the ideas are
You can look up the suicide of R. Bud Dwyer and watch him blow his fucking brains out live, but you can't look up.
You can't say that there are
book burning?
2 genders.
There are 2 genders.
No. It's not looking up book burning, but
fucking legal.
YouTube's been slanted.
wow,
in their
that was
content.
that was fucking that.
I got it right here.
I was gonna say that took for fucking. I'm serious, dude.
Isn't that crazy?
Like going through, like,
Folks,
literally, I had everything else from, like I said, First Amendment right there, Third Amendment right there. I literally had to go boom, 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 boom to get the Second Amendment.
If you looked up the 19th Amendment, I would bet you it would come right up, and I'm going to do that right now.
No, it probably will.
Fuck the comments. I'm going to do it right now.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, how does that break down? Literally, think about that.
It means that the snowflakes are going to win.
In order for us to maintain a free state of the government, free from the government,
right,
we have the right to form militia. We are the militia.
Exactly.
And that's why the right to bear arms shall not be
This is where it gets lost. People hear the first thing, militia.
Oh, wow. Look what came up when I said the 19th Amendment. Boom. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of sex. Did you see how that popped right up?
Yeah, I know.
Now, let me try that. I just
unconstitutional amendment.
Not that I discount you.
What I gotta say is this. Now, you first see the word
look,
militia.
he's right.
That's what I was trying to say, dude.
Motherfucker.
The first thing they're showing you is pictures of guns and everything else. Like, that's
Even
not what
Google's in on the scam.
Not.
Well, that's the algorithm right now. Is everybody's fucking on the on.
It is. You're damn
But
right.
The mistake is, and remember, I had this conversation with Ange that made her stop and think, where your rights don't come from this document.
Right.
It's like you have these rights. The document protects them.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
So
now, like I said, you break that down real quick. You see the word militia.
Yes.
And you think that's a bad thing. It's a negative thing. But no, what they're saying is
It can be.
it can be.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But when the government is the one thing that's standing up against you, all of a sudden the militia, us, and our right to bear arms against this. Now you got to remember, when this was being written, people, the government was against us. The government was against.
Well, we had just fought a war.
We just came away
against a tyrannical government.
Exactly. We just fought a war against a king.
Right.
A king. Now,
monarchy.
We want nothing to do with this king again. I keep throwing this phone like it's the. It's
is
like
that phone the
book.
king?
We don't want this king no more. The point being is we knew what we were fighting for. We knew what we were going to lose.
Kids today don't know that.
The problem is we do.
Excuse me for a moment.
No, we do know what we can lose. We do know what the government's capable of. Even more so than they used to be.
I love the argument that there's no way you're going to stand up against the government if they decide to. So why make it worse? I do know what the government has.
Exactly.
You know, but
and let's really do the math, people.
Let's break it down. Vietnam, low-tech army, repels. I won't say defeat. Repels. A high-tech army. Us. We did not win Vietnam. Communism took over Vietnam.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
We shouldn't have been there.
We shouldn't have been there. Right, exactly.
But we lost.
That was like I said before. That is the show of whose dick is bigger. We wanted to show our dick was bigger. It got cut off.
Right. And again, I used the case a few years ago. Michael Dormer, the LA cop that went. Well, he said the department was racist or something. He went rogue. He shot a couple cops. I'm not saying he's a good guy, but he took on the entire LAPD by himself. He survived for how many days?
Yeah.
Before they had to burn him alive in his hideout.
Yeah, exactly.
And the LAPD was out for blood. They shot up somebody's truck with two old ladies in it because they thought it was his.
Yeah.
So they were out for blood. You know.
Well,
he survived for a fairly high tech army versus whatever he had. So don't tell me it's not possible.
No, it's very possible.
And you also have home field advantage when you think about it. Most soldiers aren't trained to invade their own country.
No.
You know, and
they might know their backyard, and that's about it. And let's also throw into the fact that any single time we have a war, what's the first people we're grabbing from? It's not our full timers. It's our reservists.
Right.
It's our National Guard. It's the people that know our territory.
Side with us.
Exactly. Those are the ones. But that's the reason why they send them out first.
Actually,
it's because those are the ones that are going to side with us.
For those of you listening, the entire U.S. Constitution is available for free on Kindle.
Except for the Second Amendment, obviously.
Yeah, it's been taken out. No.
But no, the Second Amendment's only not available on Google, from what I understand.
You can get a copy.
Great way to bring me back in.
You get a copy of the whole Constitution on Kindle for free. It's offered for free.
Only if you read it and understand it in. Fuck! I hate people.
Well, it's not supposed to be understood. It was written almost 200 fucking years ago, for fuck's sake, man.
Why do I need to understand it? We hold these truths to be self-evident.
That all men are created equal.
But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you read it.
I was just finishing the sentence. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing. If you read the Constitution thinking, oh, my rights come from this Constitution and come from the government's great.
All right, stop. See, here's where I've argued this, and you've agreed with me, and certain others, fuck them, statists. They're not rights, they're privileges. Somebody else gave these to you. Much like if you other people fought for them.
We left. Look, we left England and we invaded this country freely. Okay.
Mm-hmm. We killed the Indians on. I don't want to get into that.
Fucking colonialism.
Look,
you sound like a snowflake right now.
I'm not getting into that.
Look, this is my quick argument with that.
They're privileges. They're not rights.
We came here. There were 100 tribes here fighting for territory. We were the strongest tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
Patrick says
Do I
we-
like that? No.
Patrick says we should have patriotic music
We
playing
didn't.
right
We
now.
didn't do anything that no other country was doing in the fucking planet. So I'm sick of
Ever
this whole,
in the history of
so
ever.
I'm sick of this whole America's the great evil because
Yes.
we did what everybody else was doing. We weren't even the last people to stop keeping slaves. There's still countries that have
Mhm.
slaves.
Let's
Like,
clear this
Come
up.
on.
Yeah.
America is not the evil. America is the evil. And that's the redneck thinking that everything red, white, and blue.
And this is why Donald Trump won.
Exactly. America. Bacon.
No,
Fucking
that
beard.
that attitude.
Natural
like,
light.
It's like those people don't matter, and they do matter.
No,
Diana,
yes.
I wanna throw your comment out here, and I want to get these guys' opinion. Diana says, "Glad to see you're all so passionate." There's a reason we're passionate. Diana Michaels.
IPA.
Oh, Diana, thank you for joining us.
Okay, we're passionate because we are afraid for the future of our country. Look, again, I have a stepdaughter upstairs. I have a daughter in Vermont. And when I hear, hey, I got a trophy. Oh, great. What for? For finishing 12th fucking place. No! Look, around here in Connecticut where we record, Gino Auriemma is a god. That man will never pay for a meal unless he insists on it. If you don't know who Gino Auriemma is, he is the coach of the women's Yukon basketball team. That man has brought like 16,000 fucking national championships. I may be off by about 15,090, but he has brought more national championships to this area than anyone. Even the great Jim Calhoun.
Even if you're on the West Coast, you might not know Connecticut.
You
but
know who
UConn.
Gino Auriemma
You know
is, and you
UConn.
know UConn if you're a basketball fan. And this man, in his speech 2 days ago, said the same thing. If my players aren't playing up to stuff, fuck them. They're going on the bench. They show bad body language. If they missed a shot or whatever, and then they huffed and hawed, fuck them. They're going on the bench. I coached for years. And if I did that to a kid, I had 16 parents crawling up my ass. Why'd you bench my kid? Why'd you bench my kid? First of all, outside this fence, they're your kid. Inside this fence, they're mine. And if you want to coach, here's the hat, here's the clipboard, here's the book. Show me you can do better. But they won't. Do you know why? Because they're blowhards. And that's all they are. And that's what we're raising right now. That's what we're raising is just a series of people who think that if someone says something bad to them, they can quick whip their head to the right or quick whip their head to the left, and there's mommy or daddy waiting to defend them. Do you remember, Ed, as a kid, if you got a poor grade, who'd your mom come after?
She yelled at me a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, but she came after you.
Typically,
Now when a kid gets a poor
I'm
grade...
the only kid, so she went after me for everything.
Fair enough. There's two of us. My brother did better in school than I did, and that's public knowledge. I have no problem saying that. But I also had disadvantages that weren't brought to light until after I got out of high school. I am bright. I am smart. And
Sorry.
he knocked over the bottle.
Sorry.
You know, there's certain disadvantages, but they didn't go after the teacher. They didn't go after me. Now, if a kid gets a bad grade today, they put the report card in the teacher's face and say, explain this grade. My kid is awesome and perfect and bullshit. It's bullshit. And that's the fucking generation we're raising.
I got
Eat shit and live.
I got a good thought experiment.
Your mom's taking you to task right now on the comment machine.
Oh, great.
You're in trouble.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Don't go to Mom's for Sunday dinner this week. Come here, watch the race.
I got a thought experiment for everybody, for you guys and everybody in the crowd, and,
Mhm.
and no cheating.
No cheating.
No cheating.
No cheating.
Have you ever had your Third Amendment rights violated?
Oh, here we go.
No
Whatever.
cheating.
I just looked it
I'm
up.
cheating right now. I don't give a fuck. It's my show. I can do what I want.
I was
All
going to
right,
say,
for you at home, have you ever had your Third Amendment rights
You
violated?
know they're going to cheat because they're all cheaters.
I can cheat. I could cheat because the only reason why I could cheat was because just like I said, I was looking up the Second Amendment rights.
Sure,
and
popped up.
And
yeah.
the third popped right the fuck up, man.
Actually, it's funny. Like, it's not the first time I've heard. This is a good when people are just like, "I know the Constitution." Ask me, have your Third Amendment rights ever been violated?
Exactly.
My
Yes!
Google machine's
They'll
not
be
even
like,
working.
They'll be like, yes,
Here, I'll help.
everyone's has.
I was going to say, watch this because as soon as I go to the internet, it's right next to the second. See?
I'll give you a hint. You could have potentially been
Right here.
the aggressor.
The Third Amendment to the United States Constitution places restrictions on the quartering of soldiers in private homes without the owner's consent, forbidding
Right
the
there.
practice in peacetime.
Exactly.
You like that?
Yep. There's a picture of
A soldier?
a soldier. Can I go into your house?
No.
And the guy goes, nope, I'm sorry. You cannot come in here. During peacetime, people, now keep that in mind. Because...
Nor in time of war.
Exactly.
Either way.
It says nor in time of war.
Now, keep that in mind because...
So if
No.
you or me
the reason
or...
why they
oh,
came
fuck.
up with that... No, the reason why they came up with that was back in the day, and as we don't like to really, bring up movies too much, but remember
The British
Patriot?
would come into people's
Yes,
houses, eat
exactly.
their food, sleep in their beds, fuck their wives and daughters sometimes. They were horrible fucking...
Kind of
Okay.
sounds like the Yankees in the 90s when they came into Fenway Park.
Now,
They tried.
You like how I did that?
They tried.
Here's the thing.
Oh, they did.
If war
Lately,
came,
not
if war
really.
came to the soil,
In the 90s.
if war
Yes,
came
in
to
the
the
90s.
soil and some Marine shows up at my doorstep, hasn't eaten in weeks,
I'm letting him in.
taking him in.
I'm letting him in.
Yes.
Okay, but that is my choice. And
Right.
it remains
Exactly.
my choice. If said Marine just barges into my house and starts eating my chicken, I'm going to shoot him.
You have that right.
Sorry.
Well, you're going to get more ammo and another gun.
If you have an AR-15, you're
A
wrong.
fully automatic.
Exactly.
If you have
because
an
you can't
AR-15,
get
you're
that
wrong.
normally.
Nah, I need an AR-15.
Fuck.
Now you can actually buy a burst setup for that gun, you're saying?
It says you can. It won't fit.
No. It won't fit on the
Well,
civilian.
you
It
remember
won't-
the M16 has a 3-burst,
Yes.
fully
Oh, I
automatic.
know.
and
I
think-
know.
And a single shot, right?
It has a
Three-
single shot, a
single,
burst,
three-
and a fully automatic.
Amber says, I just watched the original The Beguiled from 1971. This conversation is on point.
Thank you.
The Beguiled.
The Beguiled.
Look, like I said, I mean, and you weren't in the military, so you have no idea.
Oh, I
So
was never
you-
in the military.
You can't
ever.
even chime in.
I
Oh, that's
can't
right.
chime
You
in.
you couldn't violate
You
that.
can't. You can't even chime in right
Nope.
now.
You're
I'm
a
a-
Third Amendment violator.
I'm just going to step back and fuck
in
myself.
his house right now.
Right? I'm going to just step back and fuck myself with my thumb. Excuse me.
There was a specific rule, and you remember this
No, I don't, because I was never in the military.
because you were never there, but you remember this when we went
Actually,
out.
it says revised in '92. Oh shit!
I know.
Oh,
Isn't that
wow.
scary? Isn't that scary, dude? Think
Go
about
ahead with
that.
your point.
When we were out in the shooting range,
Yep.
what did they tell you? Single burst
Single burst, do not have it.
only. Do not.
Oh, there was a guy, I can remember his name now. Give me a second. Peterson. I don't remember his first name. He was a blonde kid from Oklahoma, even though I was never in the military. And he had the thing set to automatic. And like,
What did they do?
there was like,
What did they
they
do?
held up the red paddle and they said 3 seconds and we go hot. And he turned the paddle and he said go, and the targets start to pop up. Peterson had his set to automatic, so you heard
I had a guy on burst.
you heard boom 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 brrr, brrr.
And they tackled the fuck out of him.
No, the
didn't
drill
they?
sergeant was over there screaming at him like teachers should be screaming at students now, saying, "What the hell are you doing?" He didn't use
Drills-
the F word
now,
in any of that.
I was gonna say. Now I'm surprised because I went in 96.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 96. And
Wow, you went late.
drill sergeant tackled that motherfucker, threw the gun out, literally pulled him from that fucking.
You want to know how
foxhole, dude.
un-PC we were? And
That's what I'm saying.
I
Back
love
in the day,
un-PC. They called him abortion baby. What are you, some sort of abortion baby? You can't
Yeah.
follow instructions? We told you to set it to single burst. And he got railed. And that night, first of
We
all,
got railed.
this should be, I wish I could have done this with my softball team. One person screws up, you all screw up.
Yep.
Guess how many guys pushed for Peterson's
What did I
mistake?
tell you? I told you whiskey is the key.
59 guys pushed for one guy's mistake. There were 60 guys in our platoon, even though I was never in the
But
military.
did you or did we ever fuck with that dude?
Once, and it was
Right
not
after,
violent.
right after, yeah, exactly.
It was
Exactly.
after he did it,
Yes.
and we were all like, dude, what the
Yes.
fuck? You know you're going to get us all smoked. And guess what? We got back to the barracks, we got smoked. Horse shit. But then Peterson was a liked
What
guy.
do you know about smoked?
I was never in the military. I never got smoked. 3 weeks later, we were like, Peterson,
Did
we're
you
gonna
order the code red?
False
avenge
news.
you.
Fake
This-
news right here.
True.
Alternative
I'll get
facts.
I can get Lee Bozeman online right now. He'll tell you about this story. We were like, Peterson, we're gonna avenge you, and we all decided. We all got together one day and we're like, you know what? If we get turned, half left face, front lean and rest position, or you know that drill.
Oh yeah.
If we get turned, we're gonna smoke the drill sergeant. So somebody screwed up, and it was like half left, face, front leaning, rest position, move, and we're all
Whoa.
down. And one guy said, now, and it went all the way through all 60 guys. Now. And he's like, down, up. We just started going. Eventually, the drill sergeant stood up and walked away. We were like, we smoked him. Fuck yeah, we avenged Peterson. That's what brothers do. That's what family does. That's what friends do. And we weren't offended by the drill sergeants calling us Jerry's kids. There was a drill sergeant, Middleton, a big black guy with wraparound mirror glasses, who would be like, yo, must be one of them there Jerry kids. Well, it's my job to prove you wrong, and I'm going to go out and do it.
Have you?
If you tell a kid now, if I were to say that 2 years ago when I stopped coaching, yo, must be one of them there Jerry kids, the league would have came down on me and said, you cannot call these kids Jerry's kids.
Did you
because
ever watch An Officer and a Gentleman?
Yes.
With Richard Gere, Louis Gossett Jr. was
Fantastic film.
Yeah, my mom used to like it. I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, I saw this a couple times as a kid, but why did I watch for the hell of it? A little nostalgia. And I'm listening to some of the things Louis Gossett Jr. is saying to the recruits.
He might have been the best fake drill sergeant ever.
All kinds of
I love
homophobic and
Yeah.
shit.
love
And
Louis
I'm like,
Gossett.
How
I'm
many
like,
times did your drill
damn.
sergeant call you queer?
Yes.
God damn! I was like, wow, you probably can't even get away with this shit anymore.
I left.
And even if they do, if it ends up on TV, holy shit!
Where'd you train, by the way?
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay, I trained in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and they had the obstacle course where you crawl under the barbed wire on your back. And I got a gig. It's somewhere in my hairline. I still have the gig on my forehead, and I jump off the ledge.
On the edge of the top line, just like they were.
There you go.
Oh my god!
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Trigger.
Where you been all your lives? At an orgy? Listen to Mick Jagger music and bad mouthing your country, I bet.
Wow, Mick Jagger.
I got FDA still in there.
And stop eyeballing me, boy.
I got one
You're
better.
not worthy enough to look your superiors in the eye.
Whatever's next,
Use
round it up.
your peripheral vision. Understand? Yes, sir. Now, every time I say understand, I want the whole group to say, yes, sir. Understand? Yes, sir. Understand? Yes, sir. Now, I know why most of you are here. We're not stupid.
Not a beer.
Or
You take
get to
this home
sell
with
what
you.
we teach you over at
I
United
still have some
Airlines.
IPAs in there.
You have to give the Navy 6 years of your life, Sweet Pea. Lots of things can happen in 6 years. Another war can come up in 6 years.
Dude, we're
And if
so
you're
gonna
too
get
peaceful a
copyright
person
claimed.
to dump napalm
Doesn't matter, I got
on
one
the
next.
No, he
might
won't.
be women and children.
No, he won't.
Find that out. Understand? Yes, sir.
This is how it should be.
What? U.S. Marines training the Navy pilots?
Yes.
How you doing, Sarge?
How you doing, Sarge?
I love this
What'd you
part.
call me? Beg your pardon? What did you call me, boy? I called you Sarge. Before that? I didn't call you anything before that. You said, how are you? I am not a you, boy. I use a female sheep, boy. Is that what you think I am, boy?
I
No.
love this.
No, sir. No, sir. Louder, Sweet Pea. No, sir.
Before I play mine, I want to get to a point.
You want to fuck me up the ass? Is that what you call me, a you, boy? You queer. Hell no, sir. Where
Love
you
it.
from, boy? Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, sir. Ah. Only two things come out of Oklahoma. Steers and
Oh,
queers.
quiz.
Bingo.
Which one are you, boy? I don't see no horns, so you must be a queer. No, sir. Stop whispering, Sweet Pea. You give me a hard on. No, sir.
Right.
1982, people.
All right, let's go. in-
1982. This is how they treated you. Like, no, this ain't no lie, dude. And this
No,
is the
I'm with
reason.
you.
I should. We should just bring out Louis Gossett Jr. won an Academy Award.
And he should have.
Yes, he
for that-
did.
for
And he
role.
should
Now-
have. He fucking drilled that shit. No pun intended. No pun intended.
Let's
'cause he
move
did.
6 years later to 1987, one of my favorite movies ever, Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
Let me play this for you.
Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair. Sir, yes, sir. If you ladies leave my island, if you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You form of life on Earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit. Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn. I am hard, but I am fair. There is no racial bigotry here. I do not look down on niggers, kites, wops, or greasers.
And we do not agree with any of that language.
Worthless. And my orders are to weed out all non-hackers who do not pack the gear to serve in my beloved corps. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sir, yes, sir. What's your name, scumbag? Sir, Private Brown, sir. Bullshit, from now on you're Private Snowball. Do you like that name? Sir, yes, sir. Well, there's one thing that you won't like, Private Snowball. They don't serve fried chicken and watermelon on a daily basis in my mess hall.
Guys, keep in mind, this is the military breaks you down to build you back up.
Who said that?
Don't forget that.
Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit
We're all the same.
cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant? Nobody, huh? The very fucking godmother said it. I'm fucking standing. I will PT you all until you fucking die. I'll PT you until your asshole for sucking buttermilk. Was it you, you scroungy little fuck, huh? Sir, no, sir. You little piece of shit, you look like a fucking worm. I bet it was you. Sir, no, sir. Sir, I said it, sir.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Somebody said it.
no shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian, private joker. I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. You little scumbag. I got your name. I got your ass. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up. Get on your feet. You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and shut down your neck. Sir, yes, sir.
You can't do that today because now they have fucking cards. I'm offended.
Stress chips.
Sir, yes, sir. Let me see
My
your
mom
war
hated
face.
those.
Oh, the war
Sir,
face.
You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! Bullshit. You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it. Sir, yes, sir. What's your excuse? Sir, excuse for what, sir? I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand? Sir, yes, sir. Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while? Sir, yes, sir. Are you shook up? Are you nervous? Sir, I am, sir. Do I make you nervous? Sir. Sir, what? Are you about to call me an asshole? Sir, no, sir. How tall are you, Private? Sir, 5'9", sir. 5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze it into?
Right.
And that's
So-
exactly it.
So we get it.
This is what's wrong.
Really quick though, it's funny. Like you mentioned, how they break you down in the beginning. It's like
But they build you back up again.
take the end of Officer and the Gentleman. They all walk up to the same man that just 18, 20 weeks ago was calling you a piece of shit, and he's saluting them.
Right.
Because they all outrank him at this point now. They graduate.
Right.
They're all ensigns, and he's like, "Congratulations, ensign." And one of them stops, and she's kind of weepy eyed. She goes, "I'll never forget you, sir." And he says, "Gunnery Sergeant, ensign, whatever her name was, I forgot. Seeger. It's Gunnery Sergeant, ensign Seeger, sir." And then she like walks away. So it's like that's
Right.
Dude, I shook
Right.
that. There was one drill sergeant I hated.
they call it your first salute. I think it is.
I hated him as much as I respect him. His name was Drill Sergeant Miller, and if Lee were here, Lee Bozeman, he would tell you Drill Sergeant Miller was the hardest motherfucker, and even though I was never in the military. And when it was all over, I walked up to him. I said, "You made me what I am today. Thank you, Drill Sergeant. Thank you." And he was like, "No, thank you for understanding what I was trying to teach you." He was human. And when it was all over, he got it, you got it, and if you both got it, it was all good.
No,
Well, let's look at
if
the
he-
responsibility.
he already got it. It's already there.
Yeah.
If you got it, you became a soldier.
And he did his job,
It's
and
that
that's
simple.
why he thanked me back.
Think of the responsibility.
Thank you for getting it.
If he fails, and you go to war and you die, he bears some responsibility.
Sure.
You think?
You know,
I'm pretty damn sure he gets a fucking letter. By the way, the guy that you recruited is dead.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
they don't
y'all
recruit
remember,
him, but-
if you've never seen it,
I know what you're saying.
Renaissance Man. Danny DeVito, who was the dancey guy? Gregory Hines.
Gregory Hines.
Thank you.
I love him. White Knights.
And he tells Danny DeVito's character, I have 58 days to get these kids ready for combat. For combat. I can't do my job if you're whatever. And I get the whole premise of the movie. These guys were not the brightest kids in the box, but this is my job, and I take it seriously.
You can come over to my house and fuck my sister.
Oh, we're fucking sisters
Yeah,
again.
we are fucking sisters.
Thank you, Arkansas, for giving us a little bit more of a plug here on the Loki and Jabroni Show. Look,
I bet you his sister was a hard ass.
if, and I say this with all due respect, if one of our kids, with the exception of maybe your oldest, because I give Alex a ton of credit for being like fucking tough as nails. If one of our kids right now, your stepkid, my actual kid, etc., goes into the military and hears a speech like that, they're going to cry. They're going to pull the little card. They're not going to know how to handle it.
No,
they don't know that it realizes how it's going to push them to be a better them.
One of those words, easy.
I do the same thing, but now
Look,
I'm told I'm an asshole.
Bottom line, before we close this up, because yeah, it's the gun thing went on a hell of a lot longer than I wanted to do.
That's basically the main point of
I know.
today's Wussification.
No, it is because that's what everybody's going on to. I just want to end it up. For the person that put the meme, and I don't know if it was a meme or however you wanted to put it, but you had 14,000 shoes.
Oh, the Nazi gimmick
out front of Congress. And there were children's shoes.
Oh no! It was wasn't it a pair of shoes for each person shot at Parkland?
No. It was 14,000 children's shoes for all the children lost in high school shootings.
Oh, gun violence sense.
Gun
X.
violence
Yes,
sense. Whatever.
Yes.
I'm gonna call this shit right now and fight me, motherfuckers. I'm looking at you right now. Fight me for this. 14,000 children. I call fake news. Fuck you. Bullshit. This is just another way for them to try to get into your fucking heads. Don't let them. The moment they take these fucking guns away is the moment we lose our freedom. The moment that we are not a free country anymore. Look in my face and understand that I am not fucking with you. The moment they take away our guns is the moment that they walk into our houses and take away our freedom. If you think I'm fucking lying, go ahead and back them. Go ahead and fucking back them. Let them take away all of our fucking guns and then watch. And then you can go back because you know what? As soon as they take away the guns, the next thing to go is fucking radio. And you're not going to be able to fucking listen to this fucking show again for me to fucking warn you. So it's already out there.
Zuckerberg is already doing that.
Let these stupid motherfuckers take your guns. Do you understand me? There are good and real people out there that own weapons that will protect you and will defend you till their last dying breath.
And you're shitting all over
These
them.
other fuckers out there, they're going to keep getting the guns after you fucking let this law pass, you stupid fucks. I'm going to tell you this right now because you know what? They're not getting the guns through the laws right now. They're going through the fucking black market. They're going through all these other places. That's where they're getting these fucking guns from. They're not getting them from legal fucking ways. And if you think for a single solitary second that they are getting it through legal ways, you're sadly mistaken, and you're going to be the first motherfucker on your own floor, in your own fucking blood, in your own fucking kitchen, dying because you're going to let these fuckers take away your guns. Sorry. Not sorry.
The only point,
shot by a United States jackboot thug.
Exactly.
The only point I'm going to make is this. The minute you outlaw guns, only outlaws will have guns. Educate your children. Educate yourselves. Educate. Because the more you fall victim to the snowflakery that says, oh, guns are bad, this is bad, that's bad, the more you're contributing to the problem. That's my statement.
We can't uninvent guns, people. We can't.
No.
They're already here.
But you can continue education
exactly
to your children, to your children's
weapons of mass destructions, already here, people. We cannot uneducate us from that. It's already happened. This shit's already here. What we need to do is make sure that it's in our hands and is going to continue to stay in our hands.
Look,
Let's
The
flip,
guy-
let's flip it
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
go ahead,
Let's
go
flip
ahead.
it real quick.
Sure.
Do you? Everybody. I mean, I've got my own contempt of police officers, et cetera, et cetera. And you see some of the sketchy shit they get away with.
Oh,
You want them to be the only ones with guns?
No.
Let's put it this way.
We just
have you
we
ever
just
met?
spoke about we just spoke about now we're not dogging him.
Yeah.
But he retires, and what is the one thing he's able to keep? His gun.
Yeah.
His gun.
He's the only one that has it.
Like
Now,
And he gets a marijuana card.
now,
which I don't
who's ever met-
fault him. He's got
I don't-
cancer.
I don't fault
either.
him either. He should be allowed to have a gun.
either. Right, exactly. But so should I.
He was
Yeah.
one of the good ones. He was
So
one of the
should
ones
I.
that agreed. He was one of
I
the ones
serve
on
my
the up and up.
fucking country. I'm one of the good ones.
So did
too.
I, even though I was never in the military.
So therefore, I should be able to have a fucking.
I never served. I think I'm a good one.
You're a
I
good
think you're
one.
a good one too. And if you had a gun, I wouldn't try to take it away
I'd
from
give you a hand grenade.
Here's the thing.
I'd give you a fucking Sherman
here's the thing.
tank.
It's not even
No.
just. It's not even just
God, no.
about the guns
Maybe not
themselves.
him. Maybe not him.
It's not even just about the guns themselves. It's about a balance of power.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The U.S. government has an extreme monopoly on force. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, they have the
duh.
tanks. They have the drones. I do think I should be able to own a tank. But keep it real. You can't maintain a tank. You can't afford the gas. You can't afford the maintenance. You can't afford the tank.
What if you could?
You can't afford the
I'd
ammo.
buy one.
You can't afford the ammo.
Right.
One of those shells is like fucking
What if you
Almost
could?
like $20,000 a
That's
pop.
what I'm just saying. But I'm saying though, even if I could, I wouldn't be able to buy one. So it's not like you need to make it illegal to own
Right.
a tank. I can't afford a nuke. You don't need to make it illegal for me to own a nuke.
Thank you.
Okay. Just like here's
I'm
the
with
thing.
you.
Laws are only passed when government doesn't have a solution to a problem. Bottom
Duh.
Good. I like that. I like that.
Where's the
Look at the
government
drug
on the?
Can we
open-
quote
Look at
that?
the drug war.
Can we quote you on that?
Oh, some scholar actually said it. I let me look it up. Yeah, somebody.
I
actually
want
wrote
that as a quote. I want that
real,
as a
real
t-shirt.
quick.
I really do.
I'm really wanting
That
to read
is
this.
fucking great.
I'm really wanting to read this comment from Deborah Jacobs.
Oh, Jesus.
Your mom and dad did it for you, Eddie.
Huh? Well, yes, but I still think I should be able to own as many guns as I want.
I agree with that.
But here's the thing: and my mom will back this up. If you've ever met a Marine, they're not all very stable. They could easily go rogue.
I've met
Actually,
a lot of
they're
stable
so-
Marines.
They're so gung ho. A lot of them are so gung ho about
That's what I said.
the
That's what
flag.
I said. Yes.
It'd be very easy to convince them to turn on the populace.
Dude, exactly. That's what I said. When people turn around, they say, look, okay, do you honestly believe that the National Guard will turn on us? Do you honestly believe
Not all
that
of
the
them.
reserve?
I got a great
No,
comment.
I don't. Not all of them will. But there are some gung-ho motherfuckers out there who only want to get notches in their fucking
Exactly.
guns.
And the comment that comes in from Amber says that's a whole other topic altogether. The
is.
government is supposed to be for the people, but they're only for themselves. At least that's how it seems to me these days.
No,
Actually,
no.
Here's a
These
challenge
days,
too.
you're damn right.
Here's a
you're
challenge.
right.
Constitutionally, the federal government is not allowed to have a standing army.
Interesting concept.
The Constitution only gives them the right to form a navy.
Oh, because we're an island.
Well, no, the
Technically.
federal because of tyranny. The federal government is not supposed to have a standing army. We are supposed to have militias in every state that can be called for federal service.
Which is what the reserve and the
So what we
Yeah.
did, even though I was never in the military,
Well, yeah,
what we did is bullshit.
the militias.
No,
Most of
it
the
was
militias
full-time.
were
Right.
abolished. Most of the militias were abolished and became the Army National Guard. But the states are actually like if you're in National Guard and you're just doing your weekend drills, you're paid by the state.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
paid by the federal government. When you're called the federal service, you're paid by the federal
But
government.
if you're regular army,
yeah,
you're
for
paid
the
by the
for the
government.
2 weeks that
Right.
you go away.
The army, as it is in the federal government, is unconstitutional. They're not supposed to have a standing army. The Marine Corps is allowed to exist because they're technically
They're part of the Navy. Exactly.
So
Right.
Exactly. So you can have boots on the sand as well as boots in the sea.
well, they're amphibious. They're an amphibious unit.
They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be.
And Jefferson used them actually, which is it's funny. I use
Jefferson fucked slaves. The end.
whatever.
Whatever. All right. If you got something working in the park, I would tap that shit in the backseat. Just stop
Actually,
that shit right
they
now.
think he had an actual relationship with one of them, is what
Yada
it was.
yada yada.
But anyway, Jefferson
He did.
actually
Don't
used
tell
them.
me he didn't fall in love with that booty.
You know the Marine
He
Corps.
did.
The
He
Marine
did. That's the
Corps.
problem.
She was cute for
You know-
that time period. She was cute.
You know the Marine Corps song "Barbary Coast."
Yeah.
Right.
Jefferson used the United States Marine Corps to fight Barbary pirates. So U.S. presidents have been fighting Muslims for years.
Yeah.
You know, so
True.
it's like when they're just like, "Oh, this war and terror is something new," but it's really not.
No, it's been.
You know.
they've
fact-
been trying to do this forever.
In fact, if you read Jefferson's writings, he was very hesitant to even use the military in that fashion because he thought it would open a door of
It's crazy, isn't it?
and that's why I argue with people when they're like, "Well, the founding fathers couldn't have like
Well,
known
hold on,
about
hold on.
fully automatic weapons."
Now,
Right.
now, Deborah's going to chime in and say that is the point. Semi-automatic needs to be sold to screened persons. I don't think a single person here on this table doesn't disagree with that.
No, of course not.
Semi-automatic weapons.
I half disagree with it.
Why?
Half disagree.
Who sets the standard?
Good point. Good
Well,
point on your part.
So mentally, let me finish my argument.
Right,
They say mentally ill people shouldn't have guns. 2 years ago, they've designated caffeine withdrawal as a mental illness. So if you forget to have your coffee that morning, they can take your guns.
because you forgot to give coffee.
Mm.
Because
So,
it's a-
so my response is, if the U.S. federal government or any government is setting the standard, I don't
so
want
we
it.
don't. We have to have the people set the standards for that.
But how do you do it? How do you do it effectively?
Effectively, you have to do an every 6 month, say, evaluation, almost like a union.
Almost like a physical.
No. Like
for
no,
women
no,
that-
no,
for women
no,
that
for
own
a
guns.
union. No. That's what I'm saying. So every 6 months, you come up and you say, "Look, we take every state, and if you own a gun, you have 3 months to show up, take your test, do this, do that. If you want to keep your gun, you have to follow these standards." Now we have a list through the standard that goes through every single state. If you do not qualify for these lists, now this is made by the people. This is not made by the government. This is made by the people. So if somebody comes up and say you're a person, you're like, "Well, dude,
Right.
I love caffeine. And some days I don't have caffeine and I get fucked up because I ain't got my caffeine." That shit's in there. You know what I'm saying? It's an active response. It's something that's thrown in there. It's not something that's not ignored.
Now,
It's
here's-
something that's thrown in there. But if only 5 people vote on that caffeine bullshit, then that's not going to fly.
But here's the conundrum with that, because there's an
I
here's the-
love
there-
that
there's
word.
there's two extremes. Okay, you have like dictatorships or whatever, which is
Right.
one extreme. The opposite extreme is pure democracy, which means 51% of the people can
Well,
tell
that's
49% how they
almost.
But that's not the world we're living
No,
in.
no,
We're
I was
living
gonna
in a
say-
world
let me finish.
I was gonna
where
say,
the
right, hold
lowest
on, hold on,
percent
hold on, hold
is
on.
deciding the world.
You're going
Hold
on
on.
a tangent. You're
Yeah,
going on
exactly.
a tangent that doesn't
Hold on.
apply.
Fuck! It
Hold on.
applies to the wussification
No, no, no,
of
no,
America.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding. You
No,
see me? You
so-
see me? I'm holding.
So this is the problem with the people deciding. You could get a large group of people. It's like, well, that Mike guy
I'm boiling.
plays video games. They just decided video game addiction is a mental illness.
I'm boiling.
And this was just in the news.
Here
We
it
need to
comes.
take his guns
But
away.
who decided it? Who decided it? Was it more than half?
Medical experts.
No.
Here it comes.
Was it more than half the states?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if
No. What I'm saying though is if we go into this whole pursuit, right?
right,
Then that means at least 2/3 of the state has to agree to it.
yeah, but here's my
And
point.
that's with all of us voting, and you have 3 months to get all this fucking bullshit in, which, by the way, creates jobs. Because now I physically have people going to you, and they're actually testing you. They're testing to see if you have this mental illness.
Those are-
If you don't have this mental illness, then we go on to the next
But
people.
here's the thing. All it takes is for one. Like I said, this is a medical
Right.
organization that puts a study out. That's easy to convince 3/4 of the people to gang up on you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The people are no better than the government.
But we
They're
are.
extremes.
But we are. The problem is, right now with the government, they're telling you how it is. And the problem with I know you're letting it out, but hold on. The problem
I'm
with the
waiting.
government telling you how it is you're like a 5-year-old fucking kid. And you're like, no, that's not how it is. When you have people letting their voices, I mean, you have 50 states, right? You're still going to have people going, no, that's not how it is. But you're going to have at least, I'm going to say 70% of the people being like, no, you're right. He's right. Let's really stop and think about this. And it's right. Go ahead.
I'm going to hit the button real quick, and it's not going to be for horse shit. Majority. Oh, shit. What did I do wrong? Majority rules. Now, what I'm going to say to you people is the following. If you put this to a referendum, if you put this to a vote, and you say, should X be outlawed, whether it be alcohol, knives, guns, etc., and the people vote, I would pray on whoever I pray to, or whatever I pray to, that the people will exercise intelligence and say, well, you know what? Maybe rifles or guns or knives or alcohol or caffeine or this or that should not be outlawed. We're not putting it to the people. We are catering, much like the gender situation that we spoke on Wussification Part 3, or much like other things that we've spoke on this show for nearly 3 years, where we are catering to the less than 1% that have the largest voice, that we all seem to have to cater to.
I think you were fuming for so long that we lost you
No,
on the point.
We're not.
I really do, though.
Yeah, 'cause I totally disagree with everything
No,
you're saying.
I like where you're going for right now. Like, dude, you're completely.
Because what I'm saying is that what you're saying is it's okay for a mob.
I think you were fuming for so long that you completely forgot what the fuck you were arguing for.
The majority.
You're on the side of the government right now, bro. No, you really are.
Put it, no,
Not
because if you put it, can
you
give me a minute?
I'm trying.
Seriously, if you put it to the real folk, not just the people that you've brainwashed forever. If you put it to the Mikes or the Eds or the Chris's or the Zachs or the Lindsays or the Angelas or the whomevers, get out and vote. First of all, it's your civic duty to get out and fight this thing. Let's start there.
Let that go. Go. Keep going. What's your point?
We can't continue to cater to the lowest common denominator, the less than 1% who stands up and says, guns are wrong. Alcohol is wrong. Fucking gorilla tape is wrong. And we continue to have to fight this fucking demon. And we continue to have to defend ourselves, which we shouldn't have to, because you're less than the 1%. You are the people that just happen to scream the loudest.
The 1% is gone, though. That's what I'm saying, dude. We're getting rid of this 1%. This whole 1% shit that you're talking about is gone. It's gone. No, and what I'm talking about right now, they're gone. If I'm talking about a 2/3 takes the fucking majority of the vote.
No, I agree with that.
Then the rest of these motherfuckers that are out there going this, that, and the other thing.
The problem with
they're gone. They're gone, dude. They're gone.
The problem with that is we have, like Eddie said, we have a generation that's coming up of voting age who continues to buy into the bullshit.
Then they're gone because just like I said, 2/3 goes forward.
And if those 2/3 are fed by the bullshit that they've been
spread through
fed,
what? Spread through 50 states?
Here's the thing. My point is there are certain things that are like off the table. Like flat out off. So let's say there's the three of us. Okay. Well, let's just take the Bill of Rights. There's the three of us. The two of you decide he shouldn't be allowed to speak. You vote for me not to speak. No, you can't. It's off the table. It's not up for discussion. It's there to protect me.
You, sir, may fuck off.
Individual rights. It's me. It's to protect me. So you can't gang up on me. This is my problem with pure democracies. I hate pure democracies.
Well, that's just a point, though. These amendments that we're talking about are not written in stone.
Well, they aren't. No, they've been amended.
Because they can be. Wait.
That's why.
Go to the root word. Amendment.
So hold on. No. Hold on.
Okay.
So for me to protect, for that amendment to protect you, it's just an amendment. Right. I can still get that changed. I don't have to protect you.
But it's hard.
Exactly.
It's hard.
It is very hard.
It's supposed to be.
It is very hard. But how easy is it now Now that all these people want these gun laws changes, how easy is it that people are starting to fucking put their foot down? Now all of a sudden the Second Amendment is becoming a facade. Now all of a sudden the Second Amendment is becoming this harsh reality that we want nothing to do with. Now all of a sudden the Second Amendment isn't a reality.
Well,
Now because we want to stand for something, this Second Amendment isn't real anymore.
but here's the thing with that though.
But it's solid.
That's
it's
why
solid.
But it's
solid.
it's a rational argument. But here's the thing. That's the benefits of us being a republic, not a democracy. So to change that, first of all, you have to get it through the Congress.
Exactly.
Then you need at least 3/4 of the states to ratify.
Exactly.
You're not going to get that.
We're
here's the
not. We're not.
No, hear me
Are
out.
you watching the news nowadays?
Yes.
Because that's what we're going for, people.
But listen, it's still impossible. Let me tell you how, okay? So, majority of the populations are consolidated in cities. Those are the ones that hate guns. New York, California,
No,
Florida.
Chicago,
New York loves
LA.
guns. New
No,
York,
no, no.
New York loves guns.
Try to go to New York with a gun. then.
Exactly.
No. But let's be real. Let's be real.
I am. They
New
hate,
York loves.
No, I'll argue that one.
Do you want to see who the fucking runner of New York is right now? Here, go ahead. Continue your conversation.
I'm just saying, New York's got very strict gun
No,
laws.
I
So
got
does
you.
Chicago,
I
and they have
got
the
you.
highest
I got
murder
you.
rate in the country.
No, I got you.
Via
I got
gun.
you.
That's besides the point.
I got you.
Really? Via
I got
gun?
you.
I'm not talking about the gun right now. I'm talking about changing the Constitution.
Oh, Christ.
I'm
Yeah.
trying not to go on
Yeah.
tangents here because I got very little
Here we
time.
go.
What?
We still gotta do top
he's-
10.
You got it?
This right now is the king of New York. Are you guys looking at this shit right now? You see
yeah,
this
there's-
motherfucker. There you go.
Well, there's a black
6'9".
market.
There you go. 6'9".
There's a black
There
market.
is. I don't
but
give a fuck about this. But you're just trying to tell me that New York is so hard up that you can't walk into New York with a gun?
I'm just saying. I'm just talking legally. I'm not even talking legally. We all know it's easy to
Owner
get one
of
illegal.
New York. Fuck any other fucking government. There's your fucking owner of New York.
But you as Mike, let's say
Yeah.
you have a legally purchased firearm.
Right.
Try to go to New York with it.
With a legally purchased firearm with my card
Yes,
that says
They
absolutely.
will lock
You're
your
right.
ass up.
You're right. You're absolutely right
'Cause they
because I
are-
wanted to do it legally.
But what are they doing about those motherfuckers?
That's what I'm
Nothing.
saying.
They
Exactly.
can't do nothing about those
That's my
motherfuckers.
Here's the thing.
point.
I'm not denying the black market.
That's my point.
It's
It's
not
going to
even
be
worth
out
arguing.
there. It's going
It's
to be
not
out
worth
there
arguing.
even if you take it away from good fucking citizens like us that own guns.
Hear me out again. I'm changing the amendment. It's a lot harder to do than you think.
No, I
Okay,
know.
it's because it's not done by democracy. It's
No.
not. You need this. You need the Congress to do it. Then it needs to be ratified by the states. The states that don't like guns are where the highest It's not done by population. So the minority of people that still want the Second Amendment are going to win that.
And
It's
that's
not.
why I said
It's not on the
if you
table.
want change, you make it about the people.
Exactly. And that was where my point was going. Is
I'm
that
saying you shouldn't make that about the people.
if it came up, and that's where my point was going, and thank you, you kind of proved my point. If you want to keep your right, or I'm sorry, the privilege. I'm
I still disagree on
contradicting
the privilege
myself.
thing.
If you
It's
want
not a privilege.
It's not a privilege. You're
No.
born
somebody
with
else,
rights.
somebody
I was
else.
going to say, you're born with rights. You're not born with privilege.
No, but
There's-
somebody else fought
there's-
for your
there's a difference.
privilege to keep a gun.
No. They fought for your right.
No.
They fought for your right to own a gun, not a privilege. I think that's the biggest thing is people confuse the word right with privilege.
You're right, and some of these high school kids who are going out and arguing about their rights, they don't even have hair on their nuts, are going to talk about my
Yeah, but
rights.
if you're
You're
born
fucking
American,
15. Fuck you.
if you're born an American citizen, you have rights.
Oh,
You
When-
are.
when you're a kid, your rights are under the purview of your parents.
thank you.
But you still have rights.
you
Do
do have
you
rights.
not have fucking rights?
You have
Thank
the right.
you.
You have the right
Okay.
to life. You have the right to speak.
How old's your oldest son?
Right now, he's 16.
16. I have the right, Dad, to go out and do what I want to do, even though you told me no.
He does have the right. And if he gets arrested, then he learns.
But you told him no.
If I told him no and he continues
And
on,
you are the king
And
and
the
the ruler of your
state-
castle.
and the state decides that that was against the law. Now, we're talking extreme here.
Go
But
back to what
now
you
is
just
he gonna
said.
go is he gonna go back and rob a bank?
Doesn't matter what he did. I'm not saying he's going to rob a bank. That kid is fucking gold, in my opinion. But you told him no. You pay the bills. You do this. You do that. You're raising
Well,
him.
technically I'm divorced, so I only have him half the week. So I mean, that's
During your half of the week, you told him
yeah.
no.
During my half the week, he's over my house all the time.
You told him no.
During my half of the week, he's with me all the time.
You told him
During
no.
my half of the week, he's with me all the time.
I get that. Do you not hear what I'm saying? You told him no.
During my half of the week, he's with me all the time.
Well, my point's fucking moot because I'm not being listened to.
See, here's the thing. Children.
You don't.
Children
You don't.
are a
Okay.
special
Okay.
case,
All right.
'cause-
So let me. Go ahead. Flick your fucking microphone that way. Let me
Already
do
did
that.
it.
Let me do it this way.
Sure.
Emma just murdered somebody. Does that go on you?
Did you?
Emma just murdered somebody. Does that go on you?
Okay. At what
No.
point did I bring up murder? No, it
I
doesn't.
didn't,
It goes
but it
on
doesn't-
the individual.
But I'm just saying.
You told the child no. You cannot leave this house under the age of 18.
You just told
which,
Emma you
stop,
can't
which,
murder somebody,
which
right?
in the statute of this state says under the age of 18, you have the fucking right to tell that child what to do. And now you're going to argue with me? You've killed your own point.
Did you just tell Emma she can't murder
You
somebody?
killed your own point.
How did I kill my own point?
Under the age of 18 in the state of Connecticut, you are, whether he's in your care or your ex-wife's care, you are the deciding factor. You
I
told
am
him
not.
no.
If he doesn't live with me half the time, I am not the deciding factor.
Well, that's illegal.
Seriously?
That's more a legal problem. than a
Exactly.
Is-
Thank you very much. That
what-
has nothing to do with it. And now you're talking about Emma being in a whole other state. Now, if I just turned around and I said the same thing, now your ex-wife pisses her off to the point where she grabs a kitchen knife, which is right in the kitchen, which is not a weapon that she has not.
I'm about to kill your point.
No,
Was
you're
she
not.
with me?
No, you're not.
Was she with me?
Okay, is he with me when he decides to go out and do his own fucking thing?
Did you
No,
not
he's
hear my question? What's clogging your ear right now?
It's not.
Was he with you when you said no?
No,
Did
he
you
wasn't.
tell-
No, he wasn't. He was with his mother.
The point that I made was if he's in your care, listen to those words. If he's in your care and you tell him no,
He's my son. He's always in my care.
I agree with that.
But do you? Because you're
under-
arguing with me pretty
because
fucking hardcore.
under the umbrella of the law, if he's with you and you say no, and he's during your time,
During my time? Yeah, absolutely.
that was my point exactly.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. It was the fucking you rewind it.
I just turned
Watch
around
it
and
back.
I said,
Watch it back. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
all right, fine, motherfucker.
No, don't do it now.
Well, you can't rewind it while it's live streaming.
Watch me.
Go ahead. When I said in your time,
I did. And I said the same thing. I said, don't fucking come to me with that. That's the whole reason why I said the whole Emma thing.
but yet when I agreed with you, I was wrong.
I didn't say you were wrong.
Of course not.
Hey.
I'm not turning shit around.
Anyway, children are an interesting case because their rights are under the purview of the parents, and it's up to the parents on what level that they may exercise those rights. Obviously, right? Everybody has a right to live. You can't kill your kid. You can't do it.
No,
You know, they have a right to speak. They're going to say things. They're going to tell you what's on their mind.
sure.
I mean, you can tell them what's inappropriate to discuss, what's not inappropriate. No cussing in the house, stuff like that. You have property rights, and you can set the ground rules for your property with whoever. Doesn't matter who it is.
Sure.
I'm not allowed to take a dump in your toilet and not flush. That's
Well, that's just kind of horseshit right
it's
there.
rude. But if you said please don't do that, and I keep doing it, I'm violating property rights, and you can ask me to leave.
Sure.
But so yeah, children are a special case. We have these long discussions about whether or not children are property. And it's like,
Look,
no, they're not property because you can't eat them or kill them.
there comes a point where my ex-wife calls me and tells me to parent on her time.
Mhm.
Not my job. Although, yes, I am her biological father. Yes, I am one half of the. How do you want to put this?
Well, you're the parent. You're still a parent.
Agreed.
Whether she's here or there,
I listen first.
you can tell her to respect her mother.
I listen first and I say, okay, what did she do that is so off-putting that now we have to have this conversation and I have to have this conversation 200 and change miles away? And I listen to it. And when the time comes, I say, okay, this is not my issue. This is your issue. You fix it. And if it's something that we agree on, I will say, okay, this is where I'm now going to come out and I'm going to say, I'm going to
fucking 20 seconds behind.
how many seconds?
20 seconds.
Wow. That's not good.
No.
That's where the point where I say to my ex-wife, who is completely fucking crazy, I say, this is the point where, right. She calls me on these all the time. I'm like, this is not my fight. This is your fight. This is on your time. I cannot parent her where I don't know, you basically give me your side. You said, Emma did this, Emma did this, Emma did this. And you want me to be the hammer? No. If she's here in my stead, God knows, I'm going to give her the hammer. But at no point when she is with her mother am I the ruling fucking factor. And that's where my ex-wife has fault. So, to go to your point...
So when you go back and you listen to this show again, you'll see exactly where I'm coming from. You just completely...
No, I get it.
I just think we all went on a tangent.
No, you did. You did. You just completely backed my side, though. I listened to this whole fucking argument.
If she's in my stead, my word is law.
Exactly.
If she's in... But my question to you was, if he's in your stead, and you say
no. But what you said, and exactly when I went upstairs to go take my leak, and I said I was 20 seconds behind, you said, "Oh, that doesn't work out." It actually did work out because everything that I said was exactly that point. You turned around and you said, "It doesn't matter. Your son is your son, and your law is law. So if you're not around, your law still stands." No, you did.
You were here. I just said when my ex-wife calls me and says, parent her.
I have my own opinion.
Just trust me and listen to the show again. I'm just trying to say, look, I'm just trying to say, I understand what you're saying, but my point was this. When you drop Emma off and Emma goes into the kitchen, or Alex... Let me take Emma out of the situation.
Sure.
When I drop Alex off and say Alex lives in New York now, just like say Emma lives in Vermont, or Vermont.
I'm buying it.
I drop Alex off in New York. Now, when he decides that he wants to go downstairs, not that Alex is going to, but when he decides that he wants to go downstairs and he wants to go grab that kitchen knife, which is easily acceptable or easily accessible.
I got you.
To anybody that owns a
kitchen. I turned off the comments, by the way. We can't have this anymore. Not tonight, anyway.
Which, like I said, is easily accessible. And then he decides that he wants to walk upstairs and then murder my ex-wife. Now, I have told him till I'm blue in the face. Murder is bad. However, he is under his mother's roof now.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure his mom has probably said, murder is bad.
We'd like to believe that, yes.
We would like to believe that.
We don't know.
However, since it has been done under her roof and with her very own kitchen knife,
right,
we can't be 100% certain of this.
I'm buying this all the way so far.
Now, he comes back to me, provided he doesn't get caught.
Now, see, that as soon as you said he comes back to me, I'm like,
hold on.
Where the fuck did he hide the body?
No, I'm provided he doesn't get caught.
I'm buying it.
And we're going through the whole weekend, and I'm like, well, how was your weekend, this, that, and the other thing?
That was my next thing.
Was
how was your week?
Yeah, it was great. I just murdered my mom.
Killed mom.
Now we pause. I realize I haven't heard anything from your mom because you have murdered your mother now. Okay. Now we lead into
this sounds like an episode of Snapped.
No, it really does. It really does. Now we're leading into the whole aspect of what I was saying before.
I got you.
You can't control your child 110%. Even if you, like, we're divorced. Like, not me and you.
You and I?
But,
okay.
But we are divorced. We've been through the series. We have...
the court and the gimmick and the schneebits.
We have the feeling like your daughter is different with your mother or with her mother on a separate side, just my children are different with their mother on a separate side. We'll never see that side. We will never get that. We'll never see that side. And there is that side. You got to understand that.
Mm-hmm. No, I wish you were here for that conversation where I told Ed that there are times when I get a phone call that says, you need to tell your daughter X, Y, and Z. I'm like, wow, what
No,
did
I
she
don't.
do?
No, I don't.
because she's on your
She's in your
time.
control right now,
And
right?
that's where I was going.
Exactly.
Like I said, devil's advocate though.
Go ahead.
You can say, I expect you to treat your mother with the same respect you treat me, and you can end it at that.
You can. No.
That's a conversation I
leave
have
it at that.
weekly.
That's the way. It's like, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know you're under your mother's roof. You need to respect her the same way you respect mine.
Or you could just be like, click.
Yeah, I can't do that.
It's your complete decision. No, but that is your decision.
Yeah, your kids, your call. I'm just saying that's what I would be
I
like.
get it.
I expect a level of respect.
Well,
Look,
wait a minute.
Look.
Wait a minute. While we're on the subject,
if your mom ain't got,
you go first.
If your wife ain't got control of the kids like you got control of the kids, that's a whole other aspect.
Amen to that. You are in a ridiculously crazy situation where you you don't have children. However, you are in that parental role of a child 90% of the time.
Fucking Thimble.
Thimble Island.
Thimble Island. Fuck
dick.
you and your super fucking fizzy shit, man.
You are in a particular situation where you have Anna X amount of time, maybe 80%, and then she goes to see her dad 20%. And again, I'm spitballing. And basically, much like a situation that I am in with the young lady upstairs that you might have heard about earlier, where the positive male role model is not exactly treated with the greatest of respect, but the cunt of the situation is treated like a hero with a cape and a bright red S on his chest. No offense to Superman. I put him on my Justice League. Y'all can get off my nuts now.
Hey, nobody. Batman was on my Justice League.
I know
right?
he was,
So I don't want to hear about that
I
bullshit.
vetoed Batman for Superman. Give me a minute. He's looked at as Superman. But he does fuck all for the child. Now, the problem I have is I'm going to look to this guy, and I'm going to look to me.
I'll tell you right now, I don't let Anna disrespect her father.
And I don't let Emma disrespect her mother. And I don't think Mike lets his boys disrespect their mother.
You know what's funny about that is I don't, and even
it goes right
Janelle,
into the
I was gonna
wussification
say,
of
right,
America.
And Janelle doesn't even let my boys disrespect her
Exactly.
or her fucking
and
mother.
I have watched.
And that's awesome.
I have
That's
watched this
awesome.
for 4 years prior to the podcast, a year prior to the podcast, where your boys and Janelle's boy have this understanding that you are important, she is important, you're all important, you need to respect. And I've seen sometimes it goes sideways, but it all comes back.
Yes, absolutely. You can't not expect that not to go that way.
Here's the thing, Anna, what?
By the way, she's a great bowler.
She is actually. She beat her mom.
And you also got to understand. You also got to understand what she's like 6 right now, right?
4.
Oh, 4.
Turning
Oh,
5
I
next
give her-
month.
I give her a
Hard
lot
to
more.
believe.
I really do. I give her
We've
a lot
seen
more
her
fucking
grow
credit.
up.
Yeah.
I thought she was 5 myself.
I thought she was right around that
she
age.
about to
Yeah.
turn 4.
So I
She
was
did
gonna say,
ABCs on the WrestleMania gimmick.
Wait till she hits that fucking 12-year-old, 13-year-old
Jesus.
mark, and she starts getting that own little fucking, her own.
Here's the thing you're gonna find out
I expect her to game with us,
with a young lady. Ed, I'm gonna tell you this right now.
dude. She's already she loves Xbox. So.
With a
I
young
love
lady,
it,
you're
love
gonna
it.
hear this, and I hear it all the time. And no matter how many times I trumpet it, it doesn't matter. You're not my father.
Yeah, you know what?
Mic
You're not.
drop.
That's
You're not.
fine.
No,
No,
but I'm
you're
the
not.
guy that
You're
pays the
not.
fucks rent that roofs you.
You're right. You're right. And you know what?
I don't want to be her father. I want to be her positive
But you know
male
what,
role
dude?
model.
I hear you. And you know what? Let me just say this.
She's a teenager too, so
exactly.
Not yet.
No,
In
no,
May,
she's
in
preteen.
May.
She's preteen though.
In May, she's a teenager, and that scares the ever
Yeah, I
living
thought she was
shit
like
out of me.
13.
12.
12. Okay, yeah. So
she's a
preteen.
pre-
It
Preteen
scares
teenager.
the shit out of me for 2 reasons. One, I had friends who were female, 12 going on 13, and now they're all 40 and change and whatever. I reached out to some of them, wanting to do a future episode, and they all said, I don't know if I could do it. Snowflakes. But it's a really interesting time. They don't recognize now at 11, 12, 13, 15, etc., much like your kids may not recognize at 14, 16, etc., what you do for them. It's when they turn 20, 25, 30, etc., they're going to come to you and say, Dad, thank you for those sacrifices.
No, absolutely.
And
Or they'll just say, Dad, you're always an asshole.
I don't want to walk. Listen, unless she asks me, I don't want to walk my stepdaughter down the aisle when she gets married, whether it's to a male, female, horse, pig, etc., because now we have 37 genders.
You got to.
I told you the genders would come up. When my daughter walks down the aisle,
let me
I
say
definitely
this.
want to be that guy.
I was going to say, yeah, you deserve. Look.
Thank you. Say it again.
No, you deserve it. You deserve it. No. Number one, I have 2 sons.
Mm-hmm.
Get this through your mind right now. I am not walking down the aisle with any of my 2 sons. You do not deserve it. Those are your sons. When
they walk down as men.
Exactly. You walk your woman, you walk your female, your child down to give her away to that man that walked down single-handedly for a reason.
Feminists just got triggered.
I don't give a fuck.
It should be the man that gave her everything.
Exactly.
Everything.
The man that used to give her everything is giving permission to the man who's about to give her everything away. That is exactly the reason why you have the right to walk her down.
Like Anna, whenever she came back from a weekend, always talk about the father's girlfriend, how wonderful she was and how fun she was,
and she's gone now.
They broke up. Yes.
Yeah.
So Anna's
funny how that works.
Not in a hurry to go with Daddy for the weekend anymore.
Why not?
And
because
one time she said, I don't want to, she said, and he had to take her 2 weekends in a row because he had to cancel a weekend. I had the libertarian thing. I said, I'm not watching her. I have plans. You need to tell him he's doing 2 weeks in a row.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And
yes, you're
he
fucking
did.
right.
He did. Good on him. But she was like, I don't want to go to Daddy's house. I hate Daddy. Said it like that. I hate Daddy.
Wow.
I stopped her right there. I grabbed her. I said, don't ever say that. I'm like, one day he'll be gone and you'll wish he was there.
Yeah.
Like, don't say that. It's like, I haven't spoken to my dad since I was 17. So I'm like, don't fucking say that. He's not perfect. I know he's not perfect. He's an asshole most of the time. But don't fucking say that.
He's still your dad. He's still part of your creation.
He sat in my kitchen. He was talking and he made a statement that sent shivers up my spine. I'm probably saying too much, but fuck it.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we got the show for, baby.
He was literally like, oh, when soon as she graduates high school, I'm moving to Vietnam or some shit like that. He wants to get the fuck out of the country.
See ya.
And I'm just like, fucking, like, I don't know a fucking guy in my inner circle that's ever going to just leave his children like that. Even if they're 60 years old.
True statement, because you are around a lot of motherfuckers that got kids right now.
When Alex is 18, does he stop being your son?
No.
Like, if he's 23, fucking laid off, does he still have a couch to sleep on?
My parents are 1,315 miles away. And you can Google it right now. He's absolutely right.
I love that statement. Because you don't have a child of your own. You don't.
No.
You don't. But you are
surrounded.
Got it.
And he's got 3 other kids, too.
Not only do you have the talents to take care of kids, but you are surrounded by all of your friends that have children. So you know. So not only to make a statement like that, to be completely behind it, and then completely be honest with it, dude. You own that shit.
And you
fucking own that shit, dude. I gotta give that shit to you. That's fucking badass.
That's
badass.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking on personal, you have seen what I've gone through for my daughter. Just to go get her. Just to, I do whatever I can to go get her.
Ed made the trek. I've made the trek with you. I mean,
exactly. Zach's made the trek. You see what I do for my daughter. She's not an inconvenience. She's my kid. And you do what you have to do for your kid. And that's what I think. And we'll go back to the wussification because I don't have anything for you, bro. Oh, wait, I do. Hold on.
Whiskey.
Let me finish my point, and then we'll pay the bills. Then we'll do top 10.
Skip paying the bills, go right in the top 10 and run short on time.
Oh,
all right.
Damn it.
Well,
this was a good one.
I'll pay the bill. Let me finish my point.
Fucking whiskey and IPA.
I told you.
Guys like him. Guys like me. I won't even bring up other guys who wave the fucking flag who see their kid maybe once a fucking year. I see my kid at least once a month, every month, longer. In the summer, I see her longer, and that's just because of the distance. But I make the sacrifice to see my kid. Now, there are other guys who will say, yeah, 2 times a year, bring my kid in. Oh, yeah, I'm a fucking great father, yada,
It
yada.
just fucking freaked me
Fuck
out.
him.
It just fucking freaked me out to hear that, because in like the back of my head, I'm looking at Ann, I'm just like, hey, you know your father has an expiration date, right?
Yeah.
Like that, and I'm like, it seemed like that was his mentality. He's got 3 other kids too. It's not just her.
See, that's fucked up.
Wow.
Dude. That's fucked up.
And they live in North or South Carolina. And
Is that where he's from?
Wow.
no,
Funny
he's
you
from
mentioned South
here.
Carolina.
He met some. And I don't know. It's a long story. I'm not gonna go all over the air with it, but like, no, it's just fucking. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because, especially for someone like me, who's a bit of a men's rights activist, and then there's shitholes like that. They're just like, oh, as soon as she graduates high school, I can move to Vietnam. I'm like, why don't you just fucking move to Vietnam now and save her the heartache when she's older?
I'll tell you
When she's older, no, seriously, like when she's older and she's actually going to despise me a little because I'm always there, and then she's a teenager, and she's gonna want him.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
get the fuck
Sounds
out.
like what I'm going through.
Wow.
And what I'm going to say,
I'm
what
just
I'm going to say
saying.
to you now is the most important thing we can say in this entire episode. Get your fingers ready, Eddie.
Never rub
Please.
another man's rhubarb.
No.
Ever rub
Ever
another-
dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Close.
That's a joker right there.
Kafefi?
Roll that beautiful bean. Or are you behind the
And
time?
hopefully,
Go, go, go.
hopefully Jabroni's gonna
We're
have
good. Go,
one
go,
of
go.
these fuckers next week, baby.
3
'Cause
weeks.
that's gonna be awesome.
3
weeks.
I got to pay the rent. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I'll buy your shit next week.
Do it. I'll pay you back. Whatever you got to do. I got to pay you back.
Send me that link that you found.
I'll send it to you.
Send it to me.
What
I'm
was
gonna
it?
buy it.
It's in the chat.
What, like
Yeah. It's in the
I'm gonna
chat.
have this shit. No, it's terrible. I mean, I can literally hear the echo. Like, we had to crank him up to back this down. You need new shit, baby. I
Roll,
got you.
roll the beautiful bean footage.
It's
already
done.
been rolled.
It's done. It's rolled.
It's already been.
I don't-
And everyone hurts you.
I don't have the gimmick rolling because I turned it off. We can't have this become this.
I got the monitor in my trunk.
Fucking
I'll start-
firestorm.
Like,
We can't have the fucking firestorm.
We can. That was awesome. That was
all right,
awesome.
let's
I
who's
told
got
you.
top 10.
I told you I do.
All right,
I do.
look, we had a great time. This was fantastic, and we.
And I didn't get kicked out of the house.
Fuck you, Eddie. Get out of my house. At the end
Doesn't
of the
count now.
at the end of the day,
I didn't drink whiskey that day.
It was a lot of beer, though.
There was a lot of
lot
beer.
of
No,
different-
there was no whiskey. There was no,
it was
whiskey.
just, dude, just certain
Thank you.
beers don't mix.
Thank
right,
you.
all right,
Thank you. There was no whiskey that day.
All right.
I have only beaten people's asses on whiskey for people that deserve it.
or cocaine.
I have never done cocaine. Ever.
New Year's?
That is my dad.
No, anyway.
That is my dad. That
Oh,
is my
God.
dad. I
All
have
right.
not touched
If you
cocaine.
think cannabis is an awesome plant,
All right, fair enough.
This
Listen, we rolled the
motherfucker.
bean footage. Get into the top
This
10.
motherfucker.
we're in top 10.
All right, here we go. Now, y'all know the sad reason that, Toys R Us just recently fucking
Oh
got
God,
booted out.
it hurts my feelings.
It does. It does. You all remember that? You remember going back in the
I don't
day?
want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I
Exactly.
remember all the toys I couldn't afford there.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. You remember going in like you remember your grandparents give you like $20? They were the
Oh
coolest.
my God,
They were the coolest.
They
They
were-
would let you go
absolutely.
to free town on Toys R Us.
Actually, I'll say
baby.
this. I'll
I'm
say
not
this
even
after,
gonna
after
step
the
on
top
you.
10.
All right, so here we go. Top 10 reasons on why Toys R Us really went out of business.
Mhm.
All right, this has nothing to do with Amazon. So before you all start hating on Amazon and stop buying from Amazon and fucking up our revenue, all right? I want you to understand there's some dark history.
Well, we're going that way, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
All right.
For Toys R Us. Number 10, they stopped selling adult toys. See, you guys don't realize. See, Chris understands. He knows. Jabroni.
What do you mean by adult toys?
You know what I mean by adult
I
toys.
know what
all
you
right?
mean.
Like, yes, like what you're stroking. See, back in the day, people, Toys R Us was more about being Toys R Us than just being Toys R Us.
All right,
okay?
I get it.
You mean more than bikes to
Number
trains to
9.
video games?
Exactly. Who the fuck wants to hang out with a giraffe? Seriously, out of
Jeffrey
every
was cool.
No, he wasn't. Out of every animal you can hang out with, wouldn't you much rather hang out with a lion? or
Maybe.
a cheetah
Harambe.
or Harambe?
Harambe
Why
wasn't
the
there back
Next week, I'm bringing the Harambe shirt, motherfucker.
Why the fuck are you gonna hang out with a giraffe? What the fuck's a giraffe gonna do? Hey, how's the weather up there? You ain't gonna do shit with
You
a
don't know.
giraffe,
Maybe all the
right?
good animals were taken.
Number 8. That's what happens when you don't got no cool DLC, people. All right? No, seriously. GameStop had DLC. Best Buy had DLC. Even Walmart had DLC for their games. What did fucking Toys R Us give you? Nothing. A big fat goose egg.
I think you're just plugging your video,
No, I'm not.
which you can download on YouTube.
I can. And you can too. Number 7. Your high point involved a lightning rat with a boy that was lost from his mother. And let's be honest, his mother probably kicked him out the door.
Wow.
And in case you guys don't know who the fuck that is, that's Pokemon, all right? At their high point, that's when Toys R Us.
Does anyone still play Pokemon Go?
See? Thank you.
Chime
no, they
in.
don't. No, they don't. You know they don't. Actually, I think
I'm still waiting for D&D Go.
I am too, actually. I'm looking forward to that. No. Number 6?
Wait.
Yes, number 6.
6.
You sold clothes. You were Toys R Us.
Nobody wants shirts or us.
Not Toys R Us. Not Clothes R Us. Not
What
Pants R Us.
What about Kids R Us and Babies R Us?
That was a whole other thing. That was a whole other store,
well,
wasn't
they
it?
started combining them.
No, they didn't. Not
Yeah,
at
at-
ours.
In
Not at
Waterford,
ours.
yes, they did.
Their first round of bankruptcies.
Oh,
probably.
see? Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Still overpriced.
Yada, yada, yada. Next.
Number 5, and Chris is gonna hate me for this.
Okay.
You sold books.
No. It's toy. No, I'm agreeing with you. It's Toys R Us. If
but
your
they had a
name,
huge book section,
if
didn't they?
your name was Books R Us, I buy it. You're correct. Go
Number
ahead.
4, CEO blew all the revenue on coke and child porn.
I'm not going to judge him for that.
Wait, was Jared Fogle a part of this?
No, he was already arrested.
All right.
All the Loki and Jabroni money goes towards coke and child porn.
Number 3, they turned down mafia protection, and you should never turn
Never.
down mafia protection.
You don't got the money? Fuck you.
There's
pay
a
me.
reason why
Fuck
FAO
you.
Schwartz is still there.
Right.
Fuck you. Number 2, they never took the Brandon Lee collection action figures.
Wow.
That was their fault.
I remember that.
Yes.
Agreed.
I agree. Number 1,
Here it comes.
they sold out to China.
Wow.
China.
That was their problem.
China.
China.
You know
Let's
what else?
make
You know what
China.
else Toys R Us rejected? Like almost all the McFarlane toys.
Yes.
Really? I
Yes.
remember that.
No,
because
he's
there were
absolutely
too,
right.
Most of them because there was too violent
The
looking.
Spawn toys.
The Sin City toys.
Yes.
Uh,
yes.
The
You
Kids
know why?
Psycho
Walking
Circus.
Dead
As soon
toys,
as I found
Breaking
out,
Bad.
yes. As soon as I found out that Toys R Us was going out of business, I went there for that specific reason to go find McFarlane
No
toys.
collector toys.
Not a single one.
Eric B. Mitchell stopped me today and said, hey, at Toys R Us, they have 3 of these left. It's the Undertaker WWE gimmick toys from Inception to now. It's a 6-figure set and etc. And it's 50% off, and you should go find it. I'm like, by the time I get there, they'll be gone. But going back to McFarlane, when in 98, they had 99, they had the Kiss Psycho Circus figures.
Yes.
Which
yes.
were really fucking
badass.
cool.
They were badass looking.
I sold those on eBay 5 years later for 6 times what they were worth, by the way. And
Gene Simmons is gonna come looking for you.
probably, but fuck
I still
Gene
have
Simmons.
those.
You still have the Kiss Psycho Circus
Yes.
gimmicks? Bring them here. We need to show them here on the gimmick.
How much you sell them for?
I sold them for 6 times what they were worth. When they were $20
So like
a piece.
125. I was gonna say 125 a figure.
Yes,
So you got like almost fucking $600.
yes. For each of the 4.
Dude, those Kiss dolls now in the packaging are worth a ton
Oh yeah, they are.
because they don't make them anymore, right?
No,
They're
they
out
don't.
of print.
No,
They're
they
out of
don't.
print.
You know what I have? I still have some in my mom's other house.
I was gonna
but
say,
there's
too.
squatters there. I have like the first.
Let's
X-File
get some
movies.
money for the Loki and Jabroni Show.
That's
God
what I'm-
damn it!
besides,
You didn't bring it
I
on.
got some. That's what I'm saying. Like fuck, dude.
My
But
man.
I was gonna say too before you started your top 10, I always like KB better.
I did too.
KB was awesome.
I did too.
I read an article that
Yes.
said KB was coming back,
No, they're not.
but Toys R Us
They
bought
can't.
KB.
I was
Yes,
going to
they
say they
did.
can't.
Yes,
Exactly.
they did.
Exactly.
And I think that's what killed Toys R Us, though, is the fact they totally rejected the people that buy toys, the collectors market.
they did.
The
totally
collectors-
rejected
They
them.
did. You're right.
Because-
Fuck yes, dude.
Because the Breaking Bad guy has a bag of meth and a gun.
Who gives a shit?
G.I. Joe is loaded with guns.
Loaded
Amen.
with guns. Yeah, like 5 different fucking guns.
All right, let's pay some bills real quick, and then we'll close it out. I really want to ask you guys. Let's have some fun next week.
Hold on, real quick.
Go ahead.
Before
go
you
ahead.
close it out,
Go ahead.
just around the table, real quick. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Each or
30 seconds total.
all right. Go ahead.
Are you sad that Toys R Us is gone?
I haven't set foot in one in so long.
I actually went to one about 2 months ago. I just wanted to walk around. Everything was so outrageously overpriced. Where
Always been that way.
if you wanted to grab, say,
30 seconds.
a Superman figure, there is $22.99. You go to Walmart, it's $12.99. Toys R Us did this to themselves.
I won't miss you at all. I can get exactly what I want. Go right to the Loki and Jabroni Show page. Go to the Amazon affiliate link, and I can grab anything that I want and get it within 2 days.
All right, paying some more bills.
Here's the thing. With
Right.
Anna moving in, I've been in Babies R Us more than I was in Kids R Us. Or
Right.
Toys R Us.
I hear you, man. I
So
hear you.
fuck.
I'm on Amazon more than I am, man. Amazon's fucking great. You got the Prime, which, by the way, if you're gonna re-up on your Prime, go to the Loki and Jabroni Show page. Re-up on your Prime.
Amen.
Right there, please. Please, it ain't gonna cost you a dime more, and that goes right to us, like literally. Please, and you can't live
It
without
links you
Prime.
directly.
You can't live without Prime. Can you live without Prime?
It's over, Prime. No, yes, I can't. Can't live without Prime.
Can you live without Prime?
I've done it all this time. However,
What?
if
I thought you
Oh,
have
what?
Prime.
Take that
she
from
has Prime, I don't.
Take
Oh,
that
never
from-
mind,
he's not
never
paying the
mind.
bills.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
not paying
say
the bills. Take it
you
from
gotta
him.
have Prime. I was gonna say I just paid for Prime, and that shit just went on Loki and Jabroni Show.
If you
Fuck
like
that
to
bullshit.
read, if you got a Kindle, Kindle Unlimited.
Oh,
Fair.
If
dude.
you like
All
music,
good.
Amazon Music. It's all
It's
there.
free. It's free.
If you have
Like-
children, delivery services, diapers,
Sign
food,
up. I don't.
Dog food, cat food. If you got an
Whole
animal,
Foods. Whole Foods is now part of
We
Amazon.
Dude.
we just did the flea treatment on the cats, and it was from
it's
Amazon
every
Prime.
every fucking they re-up on you, dude. I'm telling you right now. Look, a lot of people are gonna get mad. I don't care. Amazon has got it, dude. They do that A to Z.
And when you do it, and I'm gonna
That's
go to
not
the,
a smile. They are literally telling you they have everything.
I'm
from
gonna go the
A
opposite
to
way.
Z.
On the paying the bills sheet, go to www.lokiandjabroni.com. Click our Amazon link. If you have stuff that you do on Amazon Prime, if you click our link, it automatically signs you up with your Amazon Prime, and you can get the same great things, no hidden fees, no extra charges. Amazon doesn't charge you an extra dime. You
Not a
help
dime.
the show.
Not a dime.
If you want to help the show further, you go to www.patreon, patreon.com.
Yes.
Donate your dollars to the show. It only helps. It helps the production value. It helps buying Jabroni a microphone like these guys have.
I already got your microphone. Stop.
I fucking love you for that. If you want,
Subscribe to YouTube.
we're getting to that in a minute. If you want a great t-shirt like Eddie is about to unzip and show you right now, I have one. He has one. You're the only one that doesn't have one yet.
I have a bumper sticker. Thank
You have a bumper? We have one upstairs. I have one right over there in the C&J Speed Review portion of the studio. CafePress.com/Loki and Jabroni.
There's
Get
like
out there,
2
buy some
studios
gear.
here.
I
Wow.
All in one, man. We do all the thing. We just mentioned. Here, I'm going to do this right now because he said so.
For the Hoarder show I'm going to start, Chris is going to broadcast right here.
That's all Angela's shit. That's none of mine. C&J Speed Review tomorrow night on YouTube Live. If you don't catch it live, just go to the YouTube page and catch it. Our April 2018 annual L&J, not C&J, April 2018 L&J fundraising event is going to go on a little further than anybody thought it would. It is for teamworldvision.com. I'm going to share that on Friday when everything is 100% official. Former guest Chad Hatfield on the Jeff Gordon tribute episode. He is running in the New York City Marathon this November, and he's raising money for a good cause. I want you guys all to donate a little bit to him. Our 3rd anniversary is coming up April 3rd, and that's going to be Jimmy Wisman from Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder. Great podcast. I just was texting him while the show was going on, and he said when he does the episode, he's going to pimp it out on the 2 podcasts. They get 700,000 downloads. All we want is 10% of that. Guys, we are growing. We are moving. We are doing everything it takes to make this what it should be. And we don't need hangers-on telling us that they've helped us because they gave us everything. And
No, we don't need that shit. Are you serious?
none of it.
No.
None of it.
3 years going straight. What we need, I'll tell you what we need.
Go ahead.
We need at least every single one of y'all motherfuckers out there to donate at least $1 to Patreon.
$1 a week.
That's what I'm saying.
$1 a month.
That's it.
It's
That's all
$1
I'm asking.
episode.
That's all I'm
Yeah.
asking. $1 an episode. I'm not even asking. I'm not asking a lot. Seriously, that's $4 a month. $5 a month
That's
on
one
every
less-
other third
That's
month.
one less Starbucks gimmick that you get every month.
I'm asking for every single one of you guys to go onto your Amazon page, and I'm asking you to go through our website and go through that affiliate link.
And what
'Cause
website is that?
I know for a fact that y'all motherfuckers ain't doing it right now because I got my man Ed right here telling me who's buying what. So I know you ain't going through our affiliate links. It don't cost you a dime, people.
And there's
if-
there's other products too. Go
Yeah,
on the affiliate
seriously.
site.
iHome,
There's
seriously.
Sounds,
Turtle Beach.
There's
Um,
everything out there.
There's a travel agency on there. Get a good deal on
Right.
a travel agency. Take a trip, spring break. Get away from the snow for spring
Thank
break.
you.
Are you a NASCAR fan? Sign up for one of these. What is the travel gimmick?
Oh my God, One Travel.
One Travel. Go to One Travel. Book your trip to Bristol. Book your trip to Charlotte. Book your
Fuck
trip to
yes.
Daytona.
Go
if
live.
you're a NASCAR fan,
Go
exactly,
live.
and say, "Hey, look, I booked this gimmick on the Loki and Jabroni Show.com or LokiandJabroni.com, as it were, and we got a great deal."
You know
Guys, it's too easy.
You know what else?
It is.
We don't talk about this enough. We're an affiliate with Fiverr. If you create content or you need something done, like if you have a podcast, you need a voiceover or something
Yeah.
like that, go on Fiverr.com, get it for $5.
See, we
We
have skills, so we don't need that.
Exactly.
something like
I
that,
mean,
you
we
know.
got Karaoke King to my right. We've got former radio disc jockey right here.
We don't. But
Voiceovers
see, some
is
of you
good.
guys
And
might
we've
need
got the
something
God
like
King.
That. We do. We have
Yeah,
the
we got him
God
too.
producer
Eddie
up
West.
in this shit. We do.
Did
But
you
I
just
mean-
say Eddie West?
Yep, change it.
You're fired.
You're Eddie East.
Eddie
nope.
East.
You're
Eddie
not
West.
West. You're not
Eddie
Get
West.
a new name. Get
Eddie
a new
West.
name.
West.
Shh. I'll let you finish in a minute, but
You're so not West.
in any case, there's multiple ways to support the show. Stop at the website, and hopefully I'll have more updated photos for all y'all. As soon as I
Yeah.
get thing one,
He got
thing,
a badass camera.
thing
though.
one, thing
Yeah.
two,
I'll tell you
thing
what.
one, thing two to my house.
This camera's been
Okay,
all
first
on.
of all, thing one has been ready for weeks.
Yeah, it can't be done here.
Whatever.
Can't be done here.
Yada yada.
All right, I guess we're going. I guess our next show is going to be up at Ed's house.
No, our next.
No, you need. No, not on show night. You
No.
should make a special trip to my
Oh,
house.
never mind.
No
So,
show, no nothing. We're just gonna sit down. We're gonna do shit.
We're going to do shit.
We'll let you know next week
Are you
what
cooking?
WrestleMania is
I want
all about.
buffalo wings.
I can cook.
I want some buffalo,
I'll make
like
a shitload of
tenders
wings.
or shit. Yeah.
No, I'll make a shitload of wings.
Oh, fuck that.
We'll let
I'm
the,
there.
We'll let
Give me the day. Give me the day. I love it.
wow. We'll let
Maybe,
these-
how about this? We'll get wings. We'll get jalapeno beer. We'll get.
Oh,
They're right around the corner of my house.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm there. I'm so there.
Just be quiet, because Amy will probably be sleeping.
We'll let you guys know what WrestleMania is all about next week. But
Yeah,
for-
we're gonna work on that tag team Vita Bea actually. You're gonna be on the phone, and I'm gonna actually drive down the road. Oh, actually, do we actually want to go to Weathersfield?
yes,
Do we?
I'll tell you why.
Or do we want to actually go to Manchester? Do we want to
Ooh.
actually say, screw that place? And screw...
Well, the place was good to us.
No, it was. It was
They
good.
But-
they have been good to us.
But less of a
There's-
drive is always good.
There's going to be other people there, so to say, that might interject with our show, so to say.
Fair enough. And I will say to you this:
I know how to
Whatever
cut a
we-
mic.
whatever we come up with, we do.
All right, so I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
You take over
Weathersfield.
Weathersfield,
Yep.
and I will take over Manchester.
Done.
And whatever place we get signed for, we go with.
All right.
And if we get signed for both, we go
make a
with
decision.
Manchester.
Oh, I like it.
If not, fuck it.
I like it.
WWE Network, folks, is available. Sign up now. Get WrestleMania.
Oh, you
for
can do it
free.
through LokiandJabroni.com.
Yes, you can. Yes,
Click
you
on
can.
the WWE affiliate link and get your WrestleMania on the network for $9.99 a month. And by the way, if you're gonna be at wherever we are for the WrestleMania gimmick, we're gonna have a raffle for a WWE Slam Crate,
Yes.
and all the proceeds are gonna go to Team World Vision for Chad Hatfield. We're going to talk about this. You're going to see it Friday on the website when I talk to Chad. He's on board. I talked to him last week. We're going to donate everything that we make on the raffle for the WWE Slam Crate. Slam
Yes.
Crate. Everything else for the 3-month subscription to the WWE Network. That's the that's going to be the trivia contest. The Slam Crate. You gotta pay. You gotta pay, guys. It's what it is. Say goodbye to the folks.
All right, people. Love y'all very much.
Good night.
We'll be here next week, and we might actually give you some sneak previews onto what's going on up at the Wing Fest.
And we're gonna have some fun next week.
We'll see. Guys, love y'all very much. Make sure you love us, share us, and as always, go to that YouTube channel, subscribe, and like us. Please. Love you guys. Peace out.